What's up? I think we on, Amy. I think we on. What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody?
We out here like we never left, as always. As
Right.
always. Welcome to Pontiac DM.3 social media radio, WYAC. How's your week been so far, Amy? I know we only 2 days in, but it seems like it's going real fast to me. Like it's going beyond fast. You know what I mean?
I know it's summertime, so time is always gonna go fast.
It's winding
It's the
up though.
winter when it drags.
It's winding up.
So it is August, the
Oh
middle
my
of
God.
August already. Kids are getting ready to go back to school soon.
I'm not ready. Well, I don't got any kids that go to school anymore, as far as
Hmm.
grade school, element, and high school and all that. But I'm not ready for the summer to quite be at an end. We almost there. When you start seeing the Dream Cruise and the Arts Beats and these people start talking about that, it's about over.
I know, and I haven't done nearly as much as I wanted to do this summer, but it's all good.
What was you trying to do, for real?
Some shit.
So you ain't something you can't talk about right here on
I
here,
just
right?
wanted to get into some shit. Every summer I aspire to become a hot girl, but it just never seems to happen that way.
So what do hot girls do when it get winter? Because you get cool, you got to cool down a little bit. I mean, what?
I don't know. I don't even really know what a hot. I think a
It's
hot
just being
girl. I don't
fast.
know what a hot girl.
Being fast, like Granny say.
I
It's
guess I don't know. But then I want to be fast, and I'll be like, "Oh, don't touch me!
right. It's crazy, but I
You're
was
sitting
like,
too close."
I'm.
You.
I was like, whoa, man, like the other, like over the weekend, I was like rolling through downtown, and I'm like, I'm seeing the car. People are already out doing their little dream cruise ramp up.
Hmm.
And I'm like, yo, the weather felt like it was a little cooler. It felt like fall outside for a minute. You know
Right.
what I mean? And I,
Yeah.
and I'm like, dang, we about done at this point. And I wanted to do some stuff like you talking about. I wanted to do some stuff this
I
summer.
literally, I literally put on the heat this morning in my car.
Oh nah.
This morning.
Ugh.
I had to just for a couple minutes because there was that mist,
Yeah.
on my windows, and I had to kind of defrost to just get going on the road. And I was like, yeah, feeling
Yeah.
kind of crisp out here.
Yeah. Hey, we here now. We here now. So basically, yeah, what you know about going on this week in the Yak, in the surrounding areas that people can find themselves getting into something. Maybe not no trouble, but some good wholesome fun. We all
Well,
about
first
wholesome.
I want to talk about my weekend.
Go ahead.
I had a good weekend starting off Friday. One of my good girlfriends, Kayla, she was celebrating her 53rd birthday.
Okay, Kayla, happy birthday.
And she's a bit of a diva, a boss. So she had a group of ladies. They actually booked a mansion out in West Bloomfield Hills,
What?
and they had like a weekend extravaganza. And I couldn't stay because I had to work actually Thursday and Sunday.
Okay.
But starting on, I think they started on Thursday where they checked in, or maybe it was Friday. I'm not sure, but no, wait a minute, I'm getting it mixed up.
Hey,
So
sound like you probably had too much fun. Go
I had a lot of
ahead.
fun, man. But on the 8th, I remember 8, 8 at 8. I think that was Thursday night.
Okay.
She had a beautiful dinner that was beautifully decorated. And what I loved about her event is she hired mainly all Pontiac business to cater to this event.
Okay.
So on Friday, KC Soulful Bites, which is they actually had their launch at her event.
Okay.
The presentation and the food was so delicious. I mean, it was good, but just beautifully laid out. Food was delicious. Presentation was on point.
Okay.
And then on Saturday, I actually did a no on okay on then on Friday. I don't know. My day's so mixed up. But one of them days,
Right.
I went to the SWV and Escape concert at Little Caesars Arena
Okay.
and saw. I think they had like all female acts. So it was SWV, Escape,
Okay. Okay.
702, the OMG Girls, and Maya.
How was the concert experience in the Little Caesar Arena? I mean, how would you compare it? How would you rate it? Is it pretty decent?
It's decent. It's decent. The
Okay.
arena, of course, they have the big mega screens
Yeah.
if you're like in the back sections. But I like it. I've been to a couple of concerts out there. The concerts do start on time because I'm quite sure it's not cheap to book that type of event. So I
Right.
have been noticing a lot of artists like being very punctual when it comes to what time they start and what time they get out of there,
Okay.
so that they're not uh, charged any additional fees. But yeah, it was good. It was good seeing the ladies from the 90s. They all look good. Maya, she put on a hell of a show.
Okay.
I
All
was
right.
very surprised. I haven't seen Maya in probably good 20 years. And she looks good, sounds good, put on a good show. Um, yes, I really, really enjoyed myself there. And then Sunday or Saturday, I
Mm-hmm.
then returned to the mansion and we had uh, yoga and brunch. So
Okay.
Karima at the hub, she taught a yoga class to the ladies, and it was probably a good at least 20 of us that were able to attend that.
Okay.
And then the brunch part of it was presented by Riley Catering, Sonia Riley. So that was really nice. And she had some other, I wasn't able to attend on Friday because of the concert. But she had some other bartender service. I think another level was out there, and they hosted a volleyball game, a hula hoop contest. So starting Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, it was just all type
Something to
of
do.
events going on. So that was pretty dope.
I like that. You know what I mean? That she hired, like you said, all pretty much Pontiac people that can help her out with this event.
Hmm.
Sonya, I've been
Yeah.
knowing for a little bit. Her
Hmm.
her brother went to school with me. Dang, what is his name? But he played ball. I forgot his name.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, she does a good job with her catering. I mean, these are all good people. They out here, they doing what they doing.
Yeah.
They do it with
Yeah.
pride, and they got substance with what they do. So, shout out to
Yeah.
her. That was dope.
Yeah, and I just love the event. They always say that women, we don't get along, that we're catty and drama filled, but it's always a good feeling when we can come together and just love on each other, support each other, show up for each other,
Hmm.
and celebrate one another. So, and then Saturday night they had the Leo Bash at the Vogue
Okay.
that was hosted by DJ Cuddy and Max Main. So we
When I
took a
passed through
party
there.
bus.
I
Yeah,
passed through there. I need to quit being a home. I need to quit being a homebody and just pop up at a party one day because I,
right,
I,
right, right.
I swear I ride past all this stuff, but nobody
Wow.
know. But nobody know it's me. I just be like,
You be riding low.
I be rolling. I'm like, should I go? Nah, I'm gone to the crib because I'm so used. I don't know, Amy. It's just so hard for me. I'm just the type of guy where I might want to go. The hard part for me is actually getting there. But once I get there, I'm Gucci. I'm
Right,
smooth.
right.
It's just me actually getting to the venue to actually
Uh-huh.
enjoy myself. I'm just always so incognito. I guess I need to get out of
Right.
that.
Right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You seen when you need to be seen.
Yeah, for sure, for
Right.
sure.
But the
But
Leo Bash was so pumped. It was
okay.
like I came in dancing.
What?
It was so pumped. Yeah, I had a good time. The Leos that like really turn out.
What time that party in?
I left a little early because I actually had to work Sunday, so I think it was like a 9 to 2 type of thing. And prior to the event, she had Al Peters
Okay.
with his party bus company. So
Okay.
we did the little party bus route and had our little shenanigans going on in there before we were dropped off downtown.
Okay.
And yeah, it was just really dope. And let me give a shout out to Kayla as well because not only does she support Pontiac business, she's also a Pontiac business owner.
Hmm.
She has Eyes on You Too, which is located on South Boulevard in Pontiac. And
Okay.
I always call it a one-stop shop, literally nails, hair, barber,
Mm.
the whole kit and caboodle. You can get done there at that location. So yeah,
Okay.
shout out to her.
Hey,
Yeah.
sound like hey, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Well,
Yeah.
my way this weekend and going into today, I mean, really wasn't nothing but work, 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 and that's kind of how I like it. But
Hmm.
yeah, I didn't really do too much over the weekend. Like I said, I just kind of parlayed, and the time that I had free, I rode through the city and just kind of seeing what was going on, and
Yeah.
that's really about it. But this week I know that the Dream Cruise is coming up. They're gonna have some
Right.
festivities downtown, so
Right.
I'm gonna try to partake. And
Right.
it's crazy because I was talking to people. If you're looking for James Gay Scoop, he might be popping on. He's selling the Seven Seas right now, but he might pop on. But we were talking about more or less how you know it's kind of like we lost track of the days. I'm thinking like, dang, today Tuesday. It feel like it's Friday already for some reason to me. And
Right. Right.
so
Right.
before you know it, it's gonna be the weekend, and the Dream Crew is gonna be here, and hopefully we can get out and enjoy some. You got anything planned or popping for that this weekend
Well,
coming?
no, nope. I'm just gonna play it by ear. I actually, I have a date planned on Saturday evening, but
A
other
new
than that, I'm,
a new boo?
I didn't say that.
Okay, this old
A
boo. All
new
right,
boo. No, I'm single and dating. So it's just
yeah,
dinner. It's just dinner. Yeah.
mingling basically. That's what you right.
Well, I guess this is a part of my hot girl
Yeah.
activity.
Hey, it's about time
Not
to
so
cool
much.
down. You put a little
Well,
ice on it.
you'll probably be like, man, she ain't even let me hold her hand yet. Don't believe her.
Put some ice on it. Put some ice on it. But
Right, right. I told
yeah.
him I'm pretty slow to warm, but this is actually a third date, so
Oh,
we're gonna go out to dinner and enjoy ourselves. Yeah,
that mean you like them then if it's the third time y'all done seen each other.
I'm warming up. I'm warming up.
Yeah, you warm. You up there talking about you warming up. Hey,
No,
you warm.
whatever. Anyway, next.
Right. She don't want to get
Yeah.
into it. But
No, no,
nah,
no, not really. I'm pretty private when it comes to my dating life. Yeah,
as you should be. You know what I mean, as you
yeah,
should. That's you got to know when to say it and when you don't. But
yeah.
what's today's topic, Amy? You had brought up something very interesting. And anybody that's watching right now, I show that we got 6, 7 people spread in between the venues. But anybody that's watching, please go ahead and share. Don't be a hater. And then you can join and call and all that. You know what I mean? So, Amy, what's up? What's the topic? What you talking about?
I want to talk about the plight of men. Like I
Mm,
really want to show some love to my brothers.
mm,
And so what I was thinking about, and I texted you in school about it earlier in the week. There was actually a post where I won't even mention who, but he went live and just was kind of like voicing his grievances when it comes to the hardship of men and
mm-hmm.
how women are oftentimes supported
Yeah,
during hardship, but men pretty much they're just told to be a man, suck it up, and deal with it.
right.
And I think this may lead to I mean, you're a guy. I guess it will probably lead because I can only see it from a female perspective, but I can only imagine it leading to men feeling left out and uncared for.
For the most part, I mean, most guys I know, yeah, you may have your few or two homeboys that you probably can kick it with.
Hmm.
If you got trouble, if you got something on your mind, but I'm gonna be honest with you, most men don't even have that. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? We might have somebody we might go have a drink with or something like that, a cigar, but nobody that can know your intimate problems and that you can probably get some help with. Us as men usually have to gotta, if you don't have a brotherhood or a supporting cast, a lot of this stuff you got to figure it out on your own. And like you
Hmm.
said, there's no resources for men really to be able to get the help that women do. And I tell my sons this all the time, like, yo,
Hmm.
if you fall by the wayside, you're gonna be looked at as a bum. But if a woman fall by the wayside, there's so many things that can
There's
help
more
her.
understanding towards it.
More understanding. So
Hmm.
we as men, we almost kind of feel like we don't even have room to slip up and have a mixed step. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like
Hmm.
with that pressure on us, a lot of us bust. That's why you see a lot of men. Also,
Hmm.
a lot of men don't know how to handle their emotions. So that's why you see a lot of violent outbursts. You see a lot of reclusive crazy, men, people that don't know how to
Right.
communicate. It's
Right.
because, we've been taught to hold it in, tough it out, and we don't know how to actually, when it's time, when we with somebody or we in a healthy relationship, we don't know how to communicate because
Mhm.
we never really was kind of taught, or we was taught to, to press those emotions down or those feelings down, that
Mhm.
we kind of stuck. We kind of stuck.
Wow.
You're right. That there is nobody that we can really run to. There is no resources if we getting put out, that we can get some rent money from, or our car getting repossessed. But a woman, for real, she can get
There's all types of organizations.
all types of outreaches.
Hmm. Do you think it's because the women are primarily taking care of children? Because I remember what
Yeah.
ADC was like for adult women and children, pretty much like,
Yeah.
and it was a time where fathers weren't even privileged to that. They had to move out of the homes when women were even getting financial support from the government to the extent where they were coming to the homes
Mm-hmm.
and look in the closets and under the bed to make sure that a man wasn't in play.
Yeah.
So I just noticed that when it comes to housing, transportation, and even job placement, at times there's not that type of support for men.
It ain't that type of support. And you know what? Like you said, you made a good point. Yeah, yeah, it is, because I feel like women is the primarily, which I think is a wrong thing too. That women get
Hmm.
favored to have custody over children. I don't
Hmm.
like. I really don't like that, because in some cases, the man might be more stable, but the
Hmm.
system don't look at it like that. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? The man might be more stable than this woman to actually take care of the kids, but
Hmm.
y'all get favor over that. And it's so, you right when you brought up this point that it's really, it's like women were looking for equal rights. It's just now like men really don't have any type, but we taught to be tough and tough it out and make it. You know what I'm saying? And so
Hmm.
I'm not really, tell you the truth, I'm not even really tripping over how it is. I'd rather the women get the help, because I look at it, and don't take this wrong. To me, when I say women are the weaker vessel, I don't mean it as, you're weaker as far as, overall. I think we equal, but I think we have different roles, and I think in the weaker vessel, meaning that I feel like it's harder for women to be able to. She needs the support of a man or some type of resource. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because that's how I feel. Um, I don't want to say too much, because I know I can go into a
No, this
rabbit
is this is
hole.
this is Talk About It Tuesday.
All
So
right.
let's get into it.
Yeah, because I don't want to rub anybody the
Voice how
wrong way.
you feel.
Yeah, I feel like, women just, they need to help more than men. Quite honestly, you know what I'm saying. I'd
Hmm.
rather them have it. They are the weaker vessel. More or less, you do have the children, but also it has contributed to something that we talked about earlier in previous episodes, making women feel like they don't need a man.
Hmm.
So now men really kind of at this crossroad where, here go D Wins, he's coming in. Men
I
are really
feel.
men are really at this crossroads now. Like, we feel like an island, and I think a lot right now we just feel like almost abandoned, and that's why a lot of men ain't even looking to even kind of get into relationships
Right.
anymore. You know what I mean? Because we feel like, we've been unneeded for such a long time, or unsupported. Then, why even,
Hmm.
so that's my take on it. No offense to women. I think, women just, probably need to help a little bit more.
Well,
you know
there's always been this thing like mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
hmm
So I do think that is why so much support is being, lent towards women. Um, of course, I hear like be a man, toughen up, don't cry, and those type of statements being made towards men. But I also think about the young man who didn't have a father or the uncle or that male figure to teach them how to be a man. So how can that be an expectation? Like, how do they even uh,
See, that's why I
know
didn't want to use weaker. You see that comment?
what just happened?
Use the word vulnerable instead of weaker.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, but I mean,
Say it. Say it.
I think we were created weaker. I mean, physically, we're not as strong.
Right.
We expect men to be head of household and leaders. So I don't. I'm okay with my weaknesses when it comes to my femininity.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll say this: even when I'm dating, I expect a certain type of strength in a man that I don't have. If I feel like I'm the stronger person,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really attracted to that. So when I think about men, I think about strength,
Yeah.
protection, giving sound advice.
Mm.
And if I was dealing with a weaker individual, mm, not so much, you
See,
know.
and I feel where you coming from,
Mhm.
Bobby. Bobby, I hear what you're saying. See, I think here's another thing. I think some women take the connotation of the word weaker as a negative. It's not really a negative. You know what I mean? It stronger and weaker is a really complimentary type of thing. Where I'm weak, she's strong, or where she's strong, I'm weak. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think women are more or less, when it comes to survival on the planet Earth, women are the weaker vessel. Let's just get it.
I
Just
mean,
say
come
it how
on.
it
We
is.
want men. I mean, we want men to open our doors.
Right.
We want men to give us their jackets when we're cold. We want men to take out the trash and do these physical tasks
Right.
when they're around. So, I mean, yes, we're stronger or naturally inclined more so when it comes to being nurturers. Am I being stereotypical?
No, but
No.
let me ask this question. If women are not the weaker, again, this goes back to the question that you were saying, Amy. If women
Mhm.
are not the weaker, quote unquote, vessel of the two species, men and women, or whatever how you want to look at, if we're not the weaker of the two, why is all the resources available? Again, like you said, are only available really for women,
Mhm.
like housing, food. I don't know one man that got. I really don't know men that get EBT cards. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It exists. It exists.
it
Yeah, they
exists,
do.
but it's not as prevalent.
Yeah, it's not as
But
Yeah,
when we see a man holding the EBT card,
we be like,
we're
what?
more we're more prone to say, get a job, go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Where when if a woman pull out one at the counter, it's like, oh, she probably has kids at home that she's caring for and that type of thing. So I don't know. I think men and women are viewed differently, at least.
Yeah.
I I'm coming in on the conversation, and
Hmm.
when it comes to how women want all these things, on the flip side of it, they get those things, and then they feel some women don't respect that thing. Like if a man is being stronger, taking the lead, taking care of business, and all of that, then they tend to take it for granted.
Mm-hmm.
They tend to take it for granted because society has, not all women, society has put this label that women are just as strong as men. They don't need a man. And now a lot of women on this earth feel that I can do it by myself. I got this. And that's how it's planned out to be. You know.
I have that mentality. I have a can do attitude, and I'm gonna get it done. And I will sing a little tune in my head, like anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But at the end of the day, I don't want to.
Right,
I
right.
don't want to, and especially if he's around.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to let just letting you guys know, I'm going to send the
Bobby
link out to
joined.
Miss
Come
Bobby's,
on,
cause
Bobby.
yeah, cause Bobby
I
got
see her with
Bobby got
your
to get something off her
vulnerability.
chest. She got to get something.
Yeah, she got to get something off
Yeah,
her chest.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
like I
gonna send
say,
it to you,
I
Bob.
think for
But
for
I think black men are very vulnerable, whether they know it or not. They I
yeah,
think we have different vulnerabilities too. You
yeah,
know.
yeah. Now, it's just that black men, black men is, I think now they're like they don't know how to feel when it comes to a woman or an independent woman, or if when they get with women, they already in their mind already thinking, oh well, she gonna think she's stronger, she don't need me, so I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and then I'm gonna be to the left.
Hmm.
Most guys are out here thinking like that and feeling like that, and then when women say, I'm looking for a good man, and then when the guy shows up and they show those um, characteristics that they don't need a man, he's gone.
But even outside of relationships, we can take a single guy. Let's say, like Asante was saying, where he didn't get as many hours during his work week or whatever, so he's going to be late on his rent.
Yeah.
Who can he go to? What organizations can a man go to say, I'm struggling here. I need help.
Ain't too many. Ain't none. I
It
don't know.
ain't too many. It ain't too many. I mean, because society has set it up. I mean, especially the black male. I mean, let's just be honest. Everybody think that the black male is. I mean, some in our culture, some of them think we are good, strong, and whatever. But people fail to realize there's some things suppressed down in us that nobody has dealt with or try to deal with. We got to try to figure it out on our own. And then when
Hmm.
we come up short, it's embarrassing. We feel
Hmm.
different types of feelings.
Right.
And then when you don't have that type of partner in your life that will help support in a way and not look at you in a like you weak, uh, then we tend to shy away. We'll
And,
start acting out. We'll
and,
start acting out. We'll start going to look for that girl who can provide that. And I think for as far as women, they have to understand that men could come into your life right now. We haven't dealt with the childhood issues. Some of us are
Hmm.
still in therapy. And I know I might be going to a different topic as far as
No, it's
research,
okay.
but a lot of us have issues that we had when we were a child that we never got to deal with. And so when we
Hmm.
get older, those things end up coming out when certain situations happen, when certain shortages or we don't feel like we're enough or, all types of things. Then we're going to go look for something that can fill the void.
and sometimes when men do need help and there is a resource, there's a string attached. What a lot of times with women, if there's no string attached, they give you a house. I know women got free Make-A-Wish homes. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
for real, get a full car. You know what I mean? And
And those are usually still women with children.
yeah. But see,
Yeah.
if a man gets something like that, you dang near got to give community service for a year. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't. And then also we got something in our community too, as men, and Deke probably can attest to this, that if a brother out here quote unquote help you out, then sometimes brothers want to make. This is not in all cases, but in a lot of cases, some brothers want you to feel subservient to them.
Yes.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, I did something for you. Now I'm over you. And a lot of cats would help you just to feel like they sonning you. Like, oh, okay, I
Hmm.
helped you in a situation now. You know what I mean? So that's
You
why
talking
another,
about man to man?
Yeah,
yeah,
man to man,
man to man. That's why a lot
and
of us don't
men,
even
yeah,
want help from nobody. You know what I
that's
mean?
true. That is true. And the same goes for a man in a relationship with a woman. When a man
Mm-hmm.
starts doing all these things, he feels that way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't feel it, but hey, because the roles can be switched at any given moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, men go through some things, but the resources out here, there's resources for men, but you basically gotta have some mental illness issues.
Yeah, you gotta be crazy.
You gotta be like
Recently released from prison or something like that.
something like that.
And that's
And
another
I
thing. Why,
welcome those programs.
yo, that's another thing. Why you gotta go to my brothers come in the recidivism, rate and trying to help brothers that's coming out. But let's why not help brothers before they get in? Because I'm gonna tell you, D, I've been in situations before where I'm not that type of guy, but I've been in situations before where a crime has entered my mind. You know what I mean?
Wow.
But there's that you're on the verge of doing something that is totally against who you are. But you having a hard time probably keeping the roof or keeping your car or whatever the situation is of your manly duties. And that's what lead a lot of brothers to the jailhouse, the penitentiary, that shouldn't even really be there because that's not who they are. But you get that help but they give you that help once you in jail or in prison coming out. Where was the help before I went in?
Yeah, and that's sad that men have to think about doing a breaking and entering or some type of theft, to just make it out in the world. And I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
And the thing about one thing about black males in society, we got to be 10 times better. We got to work 10 times harder versus our counterparts because of the stigma that's out there, the stereotypes and things like that. But everybody got to understand that stuff after a while bothers you. It bothers you, it makes you want to go off, it makes you do things that you shouldn't do or say things you shouldn't say. But we're right on it. I mean, resources for a man are slim to none.
Yeah.
And
pretty much you got to get it. Yeah.
Really not there. So with our counterparts, they will take any one of their counterparts and give them a situation to help them along. In our culture, we'll say, "Hey, here go $20, but don't ask me for nothing else."
Right.
I ain't about.
Hey, or you in debt, or you indebted forever.
Well, you indebted forever, but
you an indentured servant, basically.
You gonna try to flip the hell out of that $20 and end up in the county jail.
Yeah, it's not crazy, but it's a lot. Just think about the things we do as a culture for men do. We celebrate prison, but we don't celebrate college.
Oh yeah, there's so many welcome home parties for for prisoners coming home.
Yeah, I'm not hating on them at all.
Right. Okay.
But I think we should be celebrating the ones who go across the stage and they doing something great. And those who are coming home, we find a job for them and get them on their feet or help them. But we throw massive parties for that. I don't understand it.
Yeah,
right. Let me hold $20 until tomorrow. Huh?
Right. But it's crazy though, I mean, like again, men, we just don't have that type of. We don't have help until we get in trouble. Until we get in front of the judge. Now we got help. You know what I'm saying? And that's when people want to help. You know what I mean? And a lot of times we just have that male pride where we don't want to ask for help because we know what come along with asking.
That's what I was going to mention too. Yeah. That it's a prideful thing.
Yeah.
And where does that pride come from? And should we start having conversations with maybe male adolescents and young men about, but who do they run to? Who do they voice these issues with?
Right, and usually, I mean, usually there's the young men. They may have a mentor or somebody they can go to with those issues, and that will try to help them go the right direction.
But is the mentor going to give you transportation or bus fare? Is the mentor going to give you housing resources?
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, to an extent, they're gonna try to help. I mean, I'm not sure about all mentors, but for myself, I feel like I was able to get my mentees on the right foot, get them pushed to the right direction with a resource to get them on their way. And that's just part of my belief I think we all birthed here for somebody else. So
Hmm.
if you only do one, you did a job. You did a good job. But I think for the most part, I've seen some cases where mentors have took their mentee from I would say the outhouse to the rich house,
Okay.
to the financially stable house, and that's by coaching. Just coaching.
Mhm.
Okay, man, you got to do this. This is how you build a resume. This is how you need to talk. Here go a suit. Even if it's a suit I can't wear no more, I'm gonna give it to you, and then you go to the interview, and
But
just
you,
coaching.
but you,
So,
go ahead, go ahead.
Derek, I'm sorry, you're a
Okay.
member of a fraternity. So, do you have like outreach programs where
Oh
you
yeah,
can help with
yeah.
like helping guys with interview skills and
We
different
do
things like that?
we do a lot in our organization that people don't see. They just see us wilding out. But what people have to understand about Omega Psi Phi is when you see us wilding out, that's after the work. We letting off stress. That's where
Hmm.
all that's coming from. But
Hmm.
prior to that, we do programs like when we have our district meetings, our conclaves. Like I served on a committee where we gave out suits to the college brothers, to all the college brothers, and then we did the brothers who were in prominent positions, CEOs, and in all bunch of careers. We do live interviews right there at the conclave. So when we in our
Hmm.
meetings conducting business, we're conducting business that's going to uplift the community. So I
Hmm.
served on a committee that where we gave out suits, and I got
Hmm.
donated from all over the world, just sending
And
suits.
those are going to the college grads, or are we talking about the boys in the Newman Lane?
Yeah,
Because
it could be the Newman Lanes, or you going to college. So like
okay.
we may go, like for example, we'll go to Trinity. We'll have a close.
Hmm.
We had suits all up and down West, and people
Uh-huh.
just drive up and take them. Drive up, we'll load them up, give you a suit, get your size, and give it to you. It didn't
Hmm.
matter. And then sometimes we'll just come together and say, hey, we got these kids who need clothing. If you got
Hmm.
things that you can't wear or whatever, donate. Make sure they're clean, but then we'll donate that out to whomever.
Okay.
And then it's all kind of programs that we do. I mean, we take collections and you name it and give it away to the community. I mean, because we live unselfishly, so
Hmm.
it's a different ball game for when you see Omega men. Some of them, if they're not doing service and they're wilding out, they done the work during the day. Every day they done something to help somebody.
I think
Okay.
I think a lot of what excuse me what D said is correct about his organization, and I know some guys in there and some others in other ones that are pretty good. But I think first it all comes down to having fathers in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like
Good
young,
father.
good fathers. So
Good father. Yes, yes.
that's your first. Your first teachers are at home. So if men are actually in their young men's life, you know what I'm saying, and they can. What a father really does is really instill confidence in the children. So I think that even with my sons, what I do is I just try to tell them, I let them know the ways of the world far as I know it. Hey man, unfortunately, I just tell them how it is. Unfortunately, you ain't gonna get a lot of help out here.
Hmm.
Try to minimize your mistakes for real, because you only got a couple of times to make some big ones. That's about it. And or
Right.
it's gonna derail your whole life, especially as a man. Nobody's really coming to save you. Even though there's a lot of organizations out here, there's not enough to be able to fill the gap that's needed. Even all the organizations out here right now, there's still not enough to fill the gap for the women that need help.
Yeah.
So
Right.
so just imagine what it is for men out here. So I just try to be real with my sons and just try to teach them like, hey man, just make sound decisions and learn from the mistakes that I've made. What you like about my life, take that, and what you don't like, don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And just know that you ain't got nobody's really coming to save you as a man. You gotta, at the end of the day, if the ship sink or fail, it's gonna be on you. It could be somebody else's reasoning in the household that the ship go down, but ultimately you're the captain. So you're gonna have to You know what I mean? And that's just how it is, unfortunately. And a lot of men feel like they on an island on their own.
Yeah, I'm just really
With that.
concerned. I'm just really concerned about the 18-year-old men, who are pretty much being told,
Yeah,
okay, now it's time for you to go.
yeah.
And if he's not college bound, what does he do? He
I was on
doesn't.
that tip. I was on that tip right there. What
Mhm,
you just said.
mhm.
Can I
Go
chime in
ahead.
real
Go
quick?
ahead.
Yes,
Bob.
welcome, Bobby. Sorry.
Hey, no, I'm just listening. So this is first I want to address the 18-year-old male has to go out on his own. That right there is that comes from that old school, oh, you're 18, you're a man. But in this day and age, 18, you still a kid because we raised our kids differently. I'm gonna say a lot of parents who actually wanted their kids. Um, they planned for their kids and they wanted their kids, but it was an accident, but they wanted their kid because, despite the accident of getting pregnant, they did their best to raise their kids differently to give them a leg up in life and a different opportunity. And I'm gonna use my son for example. And I know Asante just like me, and so is Dwayne. Same thing. Your kids ain't gotta just leave at 18. I'm gonna be
Well,
here
that's the case in a lot of situations still, though.
but it's a
Where
lot that is not.
mothers don't even want to raise their children at all. So,
And that's
Yeah.
the problem. But I wanted to say this: there's a shift in, so they are changing laws and things now, like in the family courts. It's no longer that women just automatically get their kids. Now the women, their rules are changing because there's so many women out here just foul. So rules are changing, but the thing is that a lot of men don't know how to navigate the court system,
correct.
and they're afraid to ask for help because they don't want to look like they're less than a man. But nobody, unless you're an attorney or worked in the court system, you don't know how to navigate it. So, but some men don't want to ask for help, and then sometimes for some men it's easier just to let things go the way they are because they don't want to go through the drama or the confrontations and all that with the baby mama or whatever. And so that's why it's important to, just like with a woman, to pick a good man. Is good. It's important for a man to pick a good woman. We pick our mates according to where we are at our self-esteem level. So it's like we can't call somebody dumb or stupid for making a choice, because guess what, that man was at that level wherever she was at, and that's how they ended up coming together. And when I hear people make comments about, oh, she was dumb or he was dumb, they both were at the same level self-esteem wise, and that's why they connected and made the poor choice. So they can't call anybody anything because they both made the same choice. So that mindset also has to shift. But a lot of times men are scared, but the social services were set up because back in the day women couldn't have bank accounts, women couldn't do anything without permission of a man. When I got my tubes tied, I had to get permission from my husband. So they were like, "Oh, so you have to sign this paper." I'm like, "What? This is my body."
I think that's a good thing. I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, that this is my body. So
Well, no, when you get married, I gotta just
I
your
don't
body
know.
is here. Now let me
would
shut
do
up.
the
Let me
same
shut up.
thing
still my
too.
body. It's still my body, whether I'm married or not, because I'm not a piece of property. I'm not cattle. So nobody owns my body. If my
But come
husband,
on, I mean, it's your body, but what woman would want her husband to run off and get a vasectomy and she wants to bear children?
no. So that's a conversation that has to be had. So I got
Right.
my tubes tied.
So you have to have a conversation with your husband before a
It's a
doctor wants to tie your
conversation.
tubes.
But if I tell my husband that I don't want any more children, he has to respect that. So if he told me, but these are conversations that need to be had up front. But I'm guilty of not having this conversation up front, because he wanted 5 kids. I was like, now who? Where's she at? Because it ain't me, But that's not a conversation I had up front. So I dated at the level of my self-esteem at that time. But now at day near 50, I have grown, healed, changed, and I've learned so much more, and I understand now. But I do believe that a person's body, their body, have that conversation. But if my husband said, hey, I don't want to have any more kids, and I think it's best that I get a vasectomy, it'll be less on me to get that done than it is for you to get a tubal ligation, which it is. It's like one little snip, hey, we done. With the woman, you got to go under and all that other stuff to do that. So I would respect him in that. But these are hard conversations that need to be had up front before even getting married. And a lot of people aren't having those conversations. They're worried about what's your favorite color. Fuck a favorite color. I need to know your mental health history. I need to know your family history. You like your mama. What's your relationship like with
But
your
no
daddy?
20, nobody in their 20 and
No.
30s are thinking like that. When
Well,
they're at
I'm
the
gonna say this:
childhood
there
ages,
are some, but they have to be taught that. But these are things that are not being taught. You have very few homes that are teaching their kids this. I taught my sons and my daughters this. They asking them hard questions. My son be like, "Ma, that girl don't even like her daddy. I can't." I was like, "Good job, son," because it. These are things that have to be taught. But that's also. Let me jump back to the services for men real quick though. There aren't very many for men because it's just like now in the last, I'm gonna say, decade, where women are getting out here and able to sustain on their own, whereas before we were fully dependent on men. So if we divorced our husbands back in the 50s, we still needed a man's permission to do certain things. We couldn't get bank accounts, we couldn't just go buy a home. So that wasn't that long ago. So that's why we have a lot of women who stay in these marriages that they really don't want to be in because they're financially dependent from way back then. Like my mother is one of those people. Like, and her mindset, she's 70. So her mindset is still stuck back in the 50s and all that. But today, they do need to revamp how the system is set up because it sets a lot of people up for generational poverty. So it has them still stuck in that mindset where I need a system, where I need a man, instead of empowering both the man and the woman, heal, and then get with each other healthy if you have not been traumatized growing up. But there are programs for men like MDHHS. Men can get services, but the thing is that I think you guys said it. Men are shunned when they reach out for help, and that has to stop. I know a lot of men um, that do, reach out, but they don't give a care. But there are men who will struggle, be living under a bridge before they ask for some help, and they shouldn't be made to feel that way. And that's like even like with domestic violence, so many men are being abused, but when they call the police is re-victimizing them
That's a good question.
talking them.
But do you see that? That what DJ Bobo just said right
What?
there.
Hold on.
If you see it in the
yeah,
comment.
do women
Yes,
respect
I
men that
respect
reach out for
the
assistance?
man. Yeah, I respect the man who, to me, that's man enough to say I need help. That right there shows a level of maturity and
But here's the
vulnerability.
thing: we might respect it, but we might not want to date it.
Yeah, you ain't gonna
That's
want to be with
right.
that man.
I would
Let's
date
keep it
a
all the way a
man
buck. We
who
might
needed help.
respect it, but we don't want to date it because we're still looking at men as providers. And
Well,
if a man is
I don't look
acting,
at it like that. So I have
I
a
do
different
because if
mindset.
a man, I do because if a man is needing government assistance to take care of himself, there's no way he can take care of me. A man
No,
who's
no,
asking
no.
for
Not
governmental
I
assistance
ain't
shouldn't even
talking
be
about
dating.
that.
Why?
Period.
Let me ask this: why should a man? Why is it that it's always the man gotta take care of the woman? Why it can't be a team sport?
We're not a team just yet. So we're talking about a single man. We're not talking about a married man. We're talking about a single man who's reaching out for assistance.
So
I
if
just,
so if a single man come to the table, but you're making more money than he is.
Good
correct.
man. Good. This is good,
Would,
man.
I make more than the majority of the men that I've dated.
okay.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm
Yeah.
talking about the man who needs resources,
Yeah,
transportation, job placement,
yeah,
housing,
yeah,
Oh,
EBT,
y'all not
and all that
dating
kind of
him.
stuff. Shouldn't be
So you're
dating.
not dating him. Yeah, I know you're not.
No, I'm not.
But
But
no,
I'm
say
not.
maybe, but what if
He's
he
not.
got
He's not. He shouldn't be thinking about dating.
That's
because you
How
got
can
to
he
get
date?
yourself
it's
together.
so this is the
he
reason
might
why you
like
got
it
a
for who
this
he
is the
is.
reason why you got a lot of brothers in jail that sell drug. A lot of if you look at a lot of the prison rate, and they know this is statistically true that a lot of men that are in prison is behind a woman. They
Yeah.
were selling drug,
Do y'all
I
realize?
ain't never told nobody to sell drugs to
but
date
that's
me.
what you don't got to
But
tell them
that's the
that.
whole driver for me is I got to get the money so I
I
can
got
get
to get the
coochie.
money. If you
I
see
gotta
that's
get the money. Hey, let me give y'all the one thing and this is
Can
man.
that be blamed on women when men go selling dope and doing breaking and
No,
entering? Can we really blame
no,
women for that?
To give
no.
you a thing, everything that we do,
It's for a woman,
everything that we
for a
do
woman attention or a
is
woman.
for
Yeah.
a woman.
But
Everything we
that's the
do.
same thing
Yeah.
for women. These
Nah,
women out
women don't
here,
do anything.
all
Just
these BBLs and
Nah,
all this stuff,
oh well,
it's
yeah,
for
yeah,
a
that's for
man.
attention. That's
yo,
for attention.
But
this is
who
how I look at
attention?
it.
They're getting the attention of a man.
This is how I look at it. A woman,
You're right, Bobby.
a
It's
woman,
the attention of
a
man.
woman, a woman is preoccupied with her own survival, dude. Now, I mean, straight up. She's worried
But
about her
these
own
days you gotta
survival.
be.
We gotta be.
But you see you see what she just said? A man is not thinking like that. A good man is thinking about he's thinking about
My
the
son
woman's
gonna
survival.
snap.
He's thinking about the woman's survival, his kid's survival. He is last. You know what I'm saying? A woman is really thinking about her survival and the children. They're not gonna ever come out and say that, and you're pretty much on the last end of on the table. I mean, she loves you, she cares for you, but it's in her innate in her DNA. Self-preservation is in her number one before you are. And most
But that's
men,
just human nature. That's anybody, Asante.
but that's not men. That's not how men. That's not how we operate.
I know men who operate like that. They
Well,
live
they
their
shouldn't,
life
though.
about
I don't know if
But
those
they-
are men.
Yeah, they shouldn't though.
they'll
But
get
see,
whole
here's
married and
here's
still
another
don't
thing.
care.
A man can build an empire. The very second that something fails in his life, he can provide every single thing. And the woman gonna say it's his fault. He's a failure.
But that's not so. Okay,
Wait
stop
a
grouping
minute now.
everybody the same, because not all men are the same.
Yeah,
Not all women are the same. It's about the women
yeah.
that you're choosing. And I hear men, women ain't shit. This, that, and the other. Bro, you pick that bitch. Not
Yeah.
picked her.
Right, Bob.
No, I'm telling the truth. Like you picked, you knew you wanted. Oh, she was so fat, got a fat ass, but she had nothing up here. She had
Yeah.
nothing to
He
bring
knew she
to
was
the table
tricking. He was willing
besides
to
the
do
titties.
it.
But you're not getting a woman. Men don't want like the woman that's out here, because a lot of men are intimidated by women who can think for themselves and do for themselves and sustain for themselves.
Those are not men. Those are boys.
Those are boys.
And see,
Yeah,
real.
I
There's a
agree
whole
with
bunch
that.
of boys.
And I think women choose
There's
boys
a
over
lot of them out here.
women choose boys over men
Absolutely.
in a lot of cases because they can son that boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A real boy, a real
Change.
man.
Another
They want
son.
to change it.
But
And see, that's just
y'all do.
Hey, Sanjay,
Oh,
you're right.
and I have to agree with the fellas here because I do know a lot of women who will quote unquote cater to men, move them in,
Oh, hell.
cook, clean, fuck, do all these beautiful things, and then the moment that he wants to man up is get the fuck out.
Well, that
I
was
do
a
know women like
transactional
that.
relationship. That's that right. So, and that's the thing. That's why you gotta vet and teach your sons, vet these women just like you teach your daughters, vet these men.
But only a man can teach that. A woman
But only a
can't.
man can teach that, and not only that, this society has created the hobosexual.
The
So
hobo.
it's hard to tell men
Whoa.
what.
I
No,
like
I ain't never heard that one.
Me neither. The
The
hobo.
homosexual, and that's men who seek out women for support.
Oh, okay. I got
And
it.
That's
the
sassy.
boy who moves in with the woman who has her own place.
Oh man, the hobosexual. Hey kid, you hear that?
I like
Right.
that. The homosexual.
There's a lot of
Oh,
homosexual
wow.
men. Yeah.
I'm gonna be
So,
using that one. Boy, you
Yeah.
a homosexual, boy.
and I'm sure that you guys know guys like that. They go from woman to woman to woman
We need to come up with a logo for
based
that.
on their need for stability.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Dang.
Though. It's like picking the right partner. I'm a shout this from every rooftop. Picking the right partner is
But
so
can I say
important.
this, Bobby? Though,
Go
because
ahead.
I go through the selection process with this whole dating thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, when we're trying to be selective, a man's attention span is like this.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the patience of courting, getting to know you, because he knows that there's a line of women, right? Because of this male female ratio, where I might be like, I want to court, I want to date, I want to get to know you, let's take our time. And he's boinking Keisha because she's not choosy at all.
Mm-hmm.
So you can say to a woman who isn't promiscuous or whatever, be careful in your selection and stuff like that. She's gonna end up by her damn self because men aren't gonna wait. Men choose as just as well.
See, I have a different mindset about that because I've been married twice to two of the wrong men because I did not choose wisely. And I looked past
Are you
red
married
flags.
now?
No, I'm divorced, thank God. So,
And you're celibate? Didn't you say you were
yes, I've been
celibate
celibate
forever?
for 3
So
years.
I don't even know. Are you dating?
No, I stopped dating. But this
See,
is why I
this
stopped dating.
isn't necessarily like a conversation for you because
Well,
it's
you know
like
why it's a
you're
conversation for
celibate,
me?
not dating, and
Because
twice divorced,
when
telling
I was,
people to select
let me
the
explain this to you. So,
mhm,
when my first marriage, I
mhm,
was young and I had no clue
correct.
what I was doing. The
Majority of us are
Yeah,
or
and the
was.
second marriage, I had not healed to the point that I really should have been getting into a marriage. I didn't even realize that until I was in the marriage.
Hmm.
So this second divorce that I did, I was like, you know what? I had to look at myself because I tried the whole online dating thing, and
Hmm.
oh my God, it was terrible. And I'm not. Everybody ain't getting these goodies. I'm not about to just be jumping around for you to just like you say. I ain't about to be that Keisha girl or whoever just to say that I
DJ
have a name.
Bobo said, let's leave Keisha out of this. Keishas are very much so respected in the community by men.
Yeah, we need Keisha's.
Oh well, we were just saying the name. We
Keisha
don't
is
need necessarily
loved by men in
Keisha.
our community, okay?
Just say Esmeralda, some cartoon name. But anyway, but I made the choice after trying to do the whole dating thing online. I was like, what the hell is in this dating pool? Like, ugh.
Mhm,
So I had to
mhm,
stop and think, like, okay, let me take some time out for myself to truly, for when I had to break soul ties, I had to go to therapy and truly heal from my childhood woundings. So I did those things, but I had to remove everybody from my energetic space so that
mhm,
when I am ready to get back out here, that
mhm.
I'm
How old are
crafting
you?
something better. I'm 49.
Okay.
So eventually I'll get back out here. But for once in my life, I have always taken care of somebody. It's always been about a man or some kids or my family. So finally, I was like, let me think about myself for once, heal, focus on building my business and doing whatever. And when the time is right, the right person will come along. And so that's why I'm cool. My life is fulfilling for me where I don't feel like I need a man. I do want a man. I don't need one. And the man that I end up with, I want him to want me, not just need me for what because he think I can cook, clean, or whatever. I want him to want me because of the person I am. Like because I'm a
Mhm.
wonderful, good, loving person, not because I can cook, clean, and fuck him whenever he wants. And those were my
You got
other.
to have a little bit of Keisha in you, though.
Well, I got some Keisha for my husband. I be Keisha Freak of the Week
You're
for
going to
my
have to have
husband.
some Keisha for your boyfriend because these men out here right now saying they not marrying a woman they can't test.
Then those aren't the
Again.
men for me. Those aren't the men for
Okay.
me. That's how
Good
I
luck.
lead. When I started my celibacy journey, I led with the first thing I let them know up front. I am on my celibacy journey. And they flat out was like, oh, I can't do that. And I was like, well, it was nice meeting you. I wish you well on your journey.
Hmm.
Next, I already know what I want. So I have those hard conversations up front. So like somebody want kids. Sir, I can't produce any more children, and nor do I want any more. I don't want to date a man that has kids under 10 years old. So it's like it's things that I already
So,
know.
girl, get your quilt and your Bible out and enjoy.
Now it's somebody out there, but when the
Hmm.
time is right, he'll come. So that's why I just have a different mindset about it. And
Hmm.
just like I had to go heal, my person is out there healing and going through whatever he has to go through to God trimming, making him perfect for me. So he'll be there when the time is right. But right now, a man is far from my focus. Me and Asante, we have these conversations all the time. We're like, oh, Bobby, but I just have a different mindset right now. And a man
Hey, I
so
told her to use it before she lose it.
I agree.
my coochie be tight and right for
But
me to
hey,
right.
but
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 yeah,
you don't want to be giving out no 55-year-old coochie either, though. So
Well,
get
my
on it. Because
I think it'll be good condition.
it'll be a
It didn't
55-year-old
take a
coochie, though.
pounding to
y'all
get
going
here.
through. Woo, woo.
I'm just saying,
hey, AD, I'm
I
just
just,
listening.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm I'm learning something today.
Well, no,
Because
I just for
55-year-old
me,
coochie,
I believe in soul ties and I believe in unhealthy energetic connections, and I don't believe in giving my energy to everybody, and I
good
don't.
for you.
That's
So
good.
I just that's just how I feel, and that when
Yeah.
I hopefully I meet somebody before 55. Damn.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I'm gonna give you a little bit more time since you on a journey. I don't know how long your journey gonna last, but yeah.
yeah, I've heard, when people get connected like that, you taking on somebody else's soul.
Well, you do. I mean, if you DNA, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
Is
DNA.
you intermingling DNA.
But
You know what
that's
I'm
why we're
saying?
not supposed to have sex before marriage, which I did. I was fucking all the time when I was younger, but now,
Ooh, Bobby,
but
you
now,
funny.
but excuse my French, but no, but you do like that's we're not supposed to have sex before marriage because you're bonding with, you're imprinting on your mate. So just think all the people you sleeping with, you're in your passing bodily fluids, you're imprinting on that person. And then if you have an emotional or mental connection with that person, it's even stronger. Soul ties are real. The Bible didn't just put it in there for nothing.
That's true.
It's real. And he told us that we're not supposed to have premarital sex for a reason because it's powerful. It's power in the coochie,
Well,
okay?
where that scripture at?
I don't know.
Hey, you ain't
Yeah,
supposed to.
you get Bible verse for me. I need Bible verse. Like they say,
Right.
give me Bible verse.
I'm gonna tell you this. You do what you do, I'm gonna do what I do.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
that's what's
chilling.
up.
I'm chilling. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but no,
Oh,
but you true about that. I mean, when you deal with anyone, you know what I mean. As far as when it comes to that level, it's some type of connection. You know what I mean. You
yeah.
are DNA is on the not even trying to be
Do
scientific.
men feel that connected? I
Yes.
We
don't think
yeah
Yeah,
we
men
do
feel that connected to sexual partners.
we ain't heartless like people think. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
Okay.
They
yeah
just had it well.
yeah we ain't
So
Yeah,
heartless
they
like
got
that.
feelings for Keisha?
I've been with my wife forever.
I know, no, I'm not talking about your wife. I'm talking about each and every woman you slept with. You think that you
Uh
was.
oh, D got the bad
No,
connection.
no.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey.
Derek, be quiet.
You
Yeah.
see him look. You see him looking, don't you? Look at.
Hey,
DJ Bobo want to call in.
she got access to my weaponry.
In kitchen knives, you're gonna see a kitchen knife
Right,
fly
yeah,
around.
kitchen knife come through here.
Well,
But
thanks for coming on, Bobby. We got DJ Bobo wants to call in.
Oh,
Okay,
DJ.
go ahead.
I
thank you,
appreciate
Bobby.
you.
Hey, good
You're
conversation.
beautiful. She's beautiful.
Yeah, I
On
like
I
it
like
really.
her.
every Thursday, Bobby she comes to the pod. She has a
Yeah,
podcast
she.
called Serendipitously Bobby,
Yeah, I would
the
love to
life
get
journey.
connected. I like her. I like her a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
Hey,
I'll
look
put up
here,
the
look
phone
here,
number.
look here, look who popped in here.
Who? Uh oh.
Hey,
Hey, yeah,
DJ
you at
Bobo, are you gonna call in or are you're gonna face us? Give us some face.
yeah, well you can come on if you
The
want, dog.
hotline number is up. Anybody want to call in 248-905-1128? Please feel free
Don't
to
be scared.
call.
Don't
Don't
be
be
scared.
scared.
We only talking about
Latoya
55 year
says the player don't care. I said what I
Okay,
said.
here he come, I think. Here he come. Hold on.
Okay. He calling?
Yeah. Can you
Okay.
hear us? Can you hear us, bro?
Thank you so much, Bobby. She's very insightful. I like her.
old. She is.
Phone caller, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Hey, DJ Bobo.
What's up, Husky?
Hi. Hey, what up, though? What up, though, to everybody? Man, I've been listening. This is the
You've been
funniest
listening
show that
since
I've
we
ever heard.
started. I said
Huh?
you've been listening. I said you've been listening and giving your input since we started, and I just wanted to say thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think so. I'm gonna say this, and I know Bobby. We're friends, so I don't want to make anybody think that we're not friends. But I think a lot of the things that when she came on and she started venting her frustration because the topic was, about people reaching out to get help.
Yeah,
That's the main reason. That's the main reasons why a lot of men won't do. They won't seek out help because it makes them appear weak. And then you got ladies out here that they have all type of expectations of a man. You know what I'm saying? This all over the place. So we don't get no peace. That's all I wanted to say.
No, I'm sorry you feel that way, but I just feel like the conversation it wasn't really about relationships. It was really
Mm,
about resources for men, and we somehow want to
mm,
just throw them into a relationship taking care of a woman. I
mm,
was talking more or less about just men who feel underserved uh,
mm,
in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at the hospital. I'll just go ahead and say it. At the hospital, I deal with a lot of men who's dealing with stroke,
Hmm.
uh, heart attack, blood pressure issue, homelessness, joblessness, lack of insurance, um, living pillar to post, and because of that, they can't really focus on getting healthy enough to find employment. And I'm always at a loss of how I can help in this area. And other than sending him to the shelter downtown, there's just not a lot of resources. And that does lead to men committing crimes, being homosexuals,
Hobos.
and getting into a situation where there's domestic violence and all these type of things. Because at the end of the day, he still hasn't received the help that he needs to become a stable, employed person. So that's kind of where I was going with the conversation. But and then
okay.
on top of that, men do want to have a sex life, of course, and date and figure it out. But I don't know if men should necessarily be dating when they're struggling. Am I wrong in thinking that?
What you
Yeah,
Should
say?
you
that
I
be
are.
didn't get. I didn't get
okay?
what you. I didn't hear
It's
what you say. What you
good.
say?
Listen, because think about this. There are people, women out there that may see the good in that man and give him a little push. Not necessarily say, you can't take care of me, but I think you got some qualities, especially if he's working and trying to make a difference. He's not sitting at the crib playing games. He's really out there making a move and doing the right things. You should be able to date because sometimes you're gonna need some balance. Because
Hmm.
if you're running around the streets and you trying to get yourself on your feet, sometimes you need that person that's gonna motivate you. Some of these guys out here on their own, they don't have no family or whatnot, and they need a
Hmm.
young lady that might have a resource for them. And then they look at that and say, okay,
I
this is.
might give him resources, but I don't know about dating him.
Hey,
I think Amy, you might have been you
you could
might
miss your
have
blessing.
missed your boat
You
because
know
you didn't
why? You
date.
know why I feel that way? Because I see so many women playing build a bear.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like I've raised my children. I still support my children and grandchildren. I don't want to have to I don't want to have to support a man in that way.
I think. I think a lot of women have missed their true love or true husband because that man wasn't where they felt that he should have been when they came across him. He probably had every really the intangibles, the qualities that were needed to be built upon like blocks and become that man that you wanted, but he wasn't. A lot of cases, he wasn't where you wanted him to be when you met him. And I think a lot of women that are single, especially our women, which are black women, who I'm the most concerned about, my daughter, which is a young black woman. These are the least women married. You know what I'm saying? The black woman, and that's what I'm really concerned about because, you know,
Our counterparts are not marrying men who are struggling.
but even he ain't even got to be
So it's not
struggling.
a
He can
black
just
woman
have it.
thing.
It ain't that he's struggling. Maybe he just got a
Well, we're talking
regular.
about okay, I think we're getting confused in the conversation. We're talking about the struggling individual. I'm not
Yeah,
talking about the man who makes less money than me. I'm talking about the man who's struggling to figure out life.
Well, most
That's what I'm
men,
talking about.
honestly, most men. I
are
get you. You
figuring
talking
out life.
about okay.
We
So
all
so
have to
Financially
be
so,
in
but most
struggling,
men are struggling up.
housing
Honestly,
instability, can't keep a job longer than a year. All that. I'm talking about
oh
that
yeah,
guy.
yeah, him, yeah.
well, he probably don't
Yeah,
deserve the date. Honestly, that type of guy.
that's who I'm talking about. So
Yeah,
let's just be clear.
yeah.
I'm not that woman
But
who's like, oh, he makes less than me or he lives
But
in these
I can't even
apartments.
say that because it probably ain't in him to have a job. Maybe he's being forced into a round. He's a square peg trying to be forced into a round hole where he might just be an entrepreneur. He can't keep the job. His mind state ain't there. So I can't even say that he's struggling for that reason. He probably need the support that D is talking about, like a woman that understands him and willing to get behind him, and she has resources. And she might, like I said, they could build together. I don't think women or people want to build no more. You, like you say, you want the ready pizza kit, and it ain't really like that nowadays. It's harder more now than ever in the history of this nation. As far as financially, it's harder for people to get ahead.
I don't know.
Now,
I just think that me and my sisters are just tired of supporting and creating these different foundations for men who aren't ready for us.
But you know what?
Who aren't really have you heard the term, I'm not ready for a relationship?
Hmm.
If there's a guy who's stably employed, has his own house, has degrees, this, that, and the third, and he says, I'm not ready for a relationship, we can accept that, right? Or not.
Not.
A guy who has a roommate, doesn't have a car, uh, doesn't have stable finances or whatever the case is, how is he ready? If we're talking about being head of household, being a provider, being the man, how is he ready?
because most men, after they get all those things on their own, like you said, the degrees and this and that, at one point he was struggling and didn't have them. So when he get to that point, he like, oh, you didn't want me when I was dusty, I didn't have it, and I was struggling trying to get it. Now I'm at this level.
Well, why are we forced to date Dusties?
Well, it ain't saying that you got to date a dusty, but you know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like you got to be willing to. I think women's
Date a
standards are too
Dusty.
high. I think y'all standards too high.
I don't agree. I don't believe. I don't understand why we
That's what
are.
y'all missing out. Y'all missing out on because y'all
So I,
standards.
I gotta go date the Dusties.
No, no,
That's
you don't
what you're
have to
telling
date
me.
the Dusty.
I need to go
You,
date a Dusty because I might be missing out on my blessing, and we're gonna build together. I'm already built. So why
Because
why why
you
why
know
am I
why? Hey,
forced?
okay, let me say it like this. I'm
I
not saying
don't.
I'm not saying in your position, in your situation, but most
Mhm.
women are together because again, what we talked about in the beginning, women have resources and help. Most
Mhm.
men don't. You know what I'm
oh
saying?
yeah,
So
we
a,
gotta
a
build.
lot of reasoning why women got it together is because women are really the first to get hired in a lot of cases. There's more incentive to help women with housing, cars, and getting them on their feet. There ain't nothing. We got to look at it. It ain't nothing for men, and especially black men out here. So I
Mhm.
think we lost DJ Bobo. Thanks for calling
Okay.
in, bro. But
But yeah, you're absolutely right, Sante. You're absolutely right, and it's not saying that you should marry the dusty guy, but some guys, there's guys out here I know that that's not getting it together until they're 50. Just getting that break where they're getting paid and building a little empire or whatnot. Don't have nobody, but can't find a good woman.
and I'm gonna be real with you, Amy. A lot of men. This is what I see it as, and I think I had this conversation with D. Most men really don't get it together until they or understand manship until we in our mid 30s.
A
And,
man don't
and,
realize it to between the age of 25 and 40.
and really that's when we kind of
You
understand
talking
what
about
being a
good
man is
black
about.
men?
Good
Black.
You
black
talking about
men.
black men?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the
Because
majority of cases, most men.
our counterparts, they grow up with some, for the majority of them, they grow up with some type of family inheritance, some type of, the family is teaching them financial literacy, things of that nature. We have to get ours because our parents had to, some black families did that, but not all. We had to learn our way and get it. And then too, when you look at the black family, back in the day, you know, with the whole government assistant thing,
We talked about that. Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah, the man was shunned out of there.
So
If
we
you
got
got
to look. We
a
got
man,
to look at why the black man or the man is really at the
yeah,
why are they quote unquote dusties?
Right. Yeah.
And
I mean,
and
I think like in my 20s and 30s, I was more willing to date the dusty.
The
um,
Dusties.
but in your yeah, I get it. You shouldn't have to date a
Yeah, but
dusty
I
in your
think
fifties
like in
though.
my latter years
Yeah.
and things like that, yeah, I would want a man who kind of have it figured out by now. I'm 52,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
so
Okay,
dating a dusty,
Amy, let me ask you a question.
yes,
Do you
sir.
okay? Have you do you feel?
Have I ever dated a dusty? Yes.
No. I was about to say, do you feel like you
He's
probably
still
actually,
dusty. No, I'm
yeah?
just playing.
Do you right? Do you actually feel that you probably met your real guy who you should probably have been with, but you kind of probably passed up on it because of the situation he was in at that moment, or he wasn't where you felt like he should have been. In all honesty and sincerity, because you know who that guy is with your silence. I know it because I just saw your face. You know who that guy is. But do you feel like you missed out on that opportunity
Opportunity. Wait a minute. Slow
to
down. You're going too fast.
that opportunity to be with that man, but he just wasn't
He wasn't up to your standard.
at that point.
No, no. I want to be clear. um, all of my relationships that I've had have been significant, right? So, and majority of my relationships have been long term. So I couldn't say that I missed out on the opportunity, so to speak. I do think that I was in a relationship where we weren't evenly yoked, and that perhaps I should have given him time to reach a certain level of maturity. Um, let's talk about it Tuesday. So I'm gonna be very transparent.
Okay.
There is a particular person that trying to be careful here. Let's go to a commercial break.
No, right. Give LaWanda fed her commercial right now.
Right,
Right.
yeah, we want to talk about a business and local business in Pontiac. No. I will say, in all honesty, I actually have conversations with an ex, and the relationship ended abruptly. Uh, be, for my for reasons that we're still having conversations about. Okay. Um, Yikes. Maturity wise, principles, different things like that. I think it took the breakup and the separation for him to have his aha moment. I think perhaps if I had he says, and I'm starting to agree that perhaps if we had taken a break or had more conversations, that we would probably still be together. Let's just leave it there.
So that's the one that basically got away.
I got away. What are you talking about? The one that got away?
Well,
Oh, you
but you know what I mean though. But that's the one that really kind of floated your boat, and I can see it the way you was talking about it. Like, yeah, that's the one that probably should have
I should have
been
stuck in there.
I will say this: we got along perfectly. We
right.
got along perfectly. There was no. We got along perfectly. I believe that where he was in his life at that time, we're talking about nearly 10 years ago, he just didn't,
Is
he
he
just
married?
wasn't,
Is he married
huh?
now, or is he married now, or
No,
taken?
no, no, oh, no,
So what's up? Why you know?
Yeah, you must be working that thing out.
no, we didn't say that. We
Ah,
didn't say that. We didn't say
you
that.
smiling when you
Eh,
talk about it.
Come on now, y'all, why are we doing this? I'm going on my third
Okay,
date with somebody on Saturday.
She got a third date coming up. D somebody.
okay, I'm sorry.
God damn.
Yeah.
No,
Let me see
no,
if he on here. Ah.
oh Lord, he probably. Anyway, so go ahead,
Let me ask you this,
Lord.
Amy Camille. I'm about to, when I say it like that, I'm about to ask you something for real
You better
now.
get your wine. You better get your
Amy,
wine.
Camille, let me ask you.
I don't
So
have.
what are you doing? Are you, now this is a personal question. What are you doing? Are you looking to settle in, lock it down? What are you doing? Are you just chilling, just having fun dating?
I let things go however they may.
What's the end game? What's the goal though? Is it
I don't
you want
know. I believe in God's will. I've been married before. I've had some meaningful relationships, and I'm a relationship girl. And so I definitely want. I want my partner. I want my partner. Let's talk about it. I'm very unorthodox. Um, for marriage, I think it's a beautiful thing. It's not necessary with me, but I definitely want my person.
Hmm.
So that's the end goal for me, to have my person, somebody that I can count on, somebody who can count on me. I'm a nurturing person. I'm a nurse for Christ's sake. So
Yeah.
I love the idea of loving on my person. I'm a lover. So, but I want reciprocation this go around. I don't want the selfish person. I don't want the person who puts my needs and desires on the back burner because he's chasing money or clout or do things of that nature. Like, I really want a person who just adores me so that I feel good about loving him with all this I have to offer. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I hear you.
Yeah.
And
I want to be
when
with somebody very deserving of all the things that I have to offer. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, when you think of it, and let's just be honest, marriage is a blessing. It's
Hmm.
a beautiful thing when two people can come together and create something, or create
Hmm.
an empire, or just love, and just have a foundation. And it takes time and struggle, and you got to be willing to stay in there and not quit. Um, it's a lot of spiritual benefits in being married. Um, I've learned that over the time, and just being candid, we've probably wanted to separate many times.
Hmm.
But at the same time, when you have an understanding of the foundation of love and what God created,
Hmm.
um, you tend to go to that place, and then you can work things out.
Hmm.
Um, with anything, if it's worth having for, you got to work through it and to keep.
Hmm.
And I think me and my partner have found that niche to one have fun. We don't agree on every single thing all the time.
Right. Right.
Found a common ground. I can sit
Hmm.
here right now and think about something, and then she will come and tell me what that is, and I
Hmm.
don't even talk to her. That's that spiritual connection. That's that thing we talked about, DNA and all that, being together, being one. But there are times when I don't want to be around her. There
Hmm.
are times I want to run away.
be careful, be careful. Hey, you see his eye, right? You
There
see
are
his eye. You see his eyes keep cutting
Hey,
over to
yeah,
the.
yeah. Hey, but there are times,
But
you know,
She's standing over him like Netta Duchamp.
yeah,
hey,
right.
hey, she in the other room. But but I think Amy, you're on the right path, and I
Yeah.
like what you said. Love is reciprocated. You know,
Hmm.
you when a person is giving you everything, all of them, you gotta find that thing in you to give.
Yeah. Yeah.
Figure out a way to do things and give it back.
Hmm.
Because when you don't, you create more mess. You create
And that's what happened. Going back to that situation,
Yeah,
that's exactly what happened.
that's what happened.
And so when I felt like, nothing I did was enough, like I'm love, 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 he was just at a point in his life, he was like, I gotta get it. I'm trying to make something happen,
Right.
and so that left a void with me. And with me, traveling and being out by myself. It was just not. It wasn't working.
You know,
So,
love to me. I mean, this might sound very crazy,
Uh-oh.
but love to me, I mean, far as a partner, with your woman or whatnot, you really don't know what love is with them until you actually really consider hating them. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Because love and hate is so paper
Thin
thin.
line.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's so really paper thin that you could really,
Hmm.
you should in your heart, like I should hate you for something, but what I mean. But I love the love overcomes
You know
with
how
that.
you mad at somebody and you
Yeah,
be like, I'm giving this silent treatment gonna work this time.
yeah,
I'm going in the house. I'm not saying nothing. I'm going to take my shower. I'm going right to bed.
yeah,
Don't touch me. And as soon as you see that person and they look at you like,
yeah.
yeah,
And that's what really like what love is. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Where like it overcomes the hate or the hurt
yeah,
that you probably had with that person. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
And that's what
mhm,
really what a marriage or any type of relationship is about. It's not about what you can give, it's about what you can take in a lot of reasons. Like
oh yeah,
yeah, it's like okay, yeah, because in relationships we all giving stuff, but can I
mhm,
take your mess
bullshit,
that you have
yeah,
that comes with you?
mhm,
And if you can do that, I mean, you might be
yeah.
on to
So
something.
I do believe that
Sasha,
love to be long suffering, and you do have to practice patience and all of that and understanding. But when you're not mature in that area or you do grow impatient, sometimes it can become a detriment to your relationship. So yeah. But a
Absolutely.
man a man who has less than me or no education, and I don't look at or pay attention to any of that. It's more or less I just don't want a brother who's struggling and trying to figure it out
yeah, and I feel that at
And
our
you
age,
know what?
I get
setting
that
him
at our
across the
age,
corner. Yeah.
Yeah,
at our age, I get that. I get
yeah,
that.
I
Yeah.
get that at our
So
age.
we're in our 50s.
Yes, yes, yeah, you
Yeah.
need to come to the table with something. But I mean,
Unless somebody want me to take care of their cute son
Uh oh.
they son,
or nephew. I don't
Oh,
know.
you not a cougar. What they call them, a cougar, and what's the other
a
one?
cougar.
A cougar.
That could
Yeah.
hey, that's a topic in itself.
Yeah.
I've been a cougar. I've been a cougar.
Oh Lord.
Hey,
Yeah. I said my last guy was 18 years younger than me.
whew.
Hey, hey.
Yep.
Well, I
And that
round up.
was
I round up. He 20 years younger than you.
okay.
Hey,
You know what I mean? He was basically,
Yeah, my birthday
hey,
before he is. Okay,
he
I'll
was
take
a
that.
hey. He was in that 25 to 40. He was in that. He wasn't
Oh,
being mature.
Bobby, send me a picture of your son in my
see,
inbox.
Oh Lord, Bobby,
You
Bobby,
said you raised them right.
well, hey, if
Oh
you
Lord.
if you really want, hey, you want me to send my son over there?
How old is he now? How old is he?
Hey, he 21. Hey, I
Oh
send him
no,
on
I
over there.
can't go that young. If he had
Why not? Why not?
21, oh
It just
come on.
it's only for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't. You know what I mean? Like
hey,
you
you
ain't taking him
young.
At
serious. You know
21,
what
he
I'm saying?
gotta bring his
Hey,
bib and diaper bag with him. I can't do 21.
hey, all he gonna bring is his PlayStation.
That's it. You know what I'm saying?
PlayStation and gym shoes.
He go to
No,
work.
I'm
You know what I'm
good.
saying? He quiet. He don't talk much. You know what I'm saying? He chilling.
He gonna come handle his business.
Send me his
Young and
picture.
strong.
Hey, I'm about to hook up. I'm
I'm
about to hook
just
up my
playing. I'm
son. I'm
just
about to hook
playing.
my son up with Amy.
Hey, can I get some child support at least?
Oh,
Right.
hey, we'll send him over there with
With some groceries?
with a couple of lunch bag. Yeah.
Yeah, lunchable. Sitting with a lunchable. Spider-Man lunch bag.
Oh
Oh
man.
Lord, we try to work out an arrangement.
Yeah. And on top, and you can still date
Bobby said
and
only for a little bit.
you can still go date that other guy. He didn't care.
Yeah. But yeah,
Oh
I mean, these
Lord, y'all.
what Bobo talking about? Do
What you
y'all
say?
think that the expectations we are talking about makes it good for the cougar and sugar daddy?
Wow.
No.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
the sugar daddy, he gonna pull up in the Cadillac with his Cadillac chain on He gonna have
Lord,
a $100 bill with 100 ones under there. He gonna pay a light bill so he can get his rocks off. That's it.
Lord.
Sugar daddy just coming through, pay a bill, buy some chicken, buy a pizza, and he gonna knock something off and keep on going.
Might help you with your
Lord.
rent.
Yeah, help you with your rent here and there.
Yeah, he don't want nothing
He'll probably
serious.
go home and eat his wife greens and cornbread.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yep. Go home and sit down. Go to sleep.
Lord have mercy.
But yeah, man. I mean, hey, I mean that was a good topic though. That's a good
Yeah, it's a
topic
good
overall. What you was
conversation.
talking about because, you know, I mean, taking it full circle, men really, what you was saying, men really don't have a lot of. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like the struggles that I've had, it really wasn't a whole. And I'm pretty sure a lot of struggles that D had as a man. Maybe a lot of them I really don't even know about because a lot of them he probably just kept to his chest. A lot of problems I probably had he kept to my chest. And you also understand as a man, everybody else got their problems too. So you just don't want to burden. You don't want to burden too many people with what you got going on. You
Do
just try
you,
to.
do you think that's why men are so vocal now on social media? With like, it's kind of like I mentioned it earlier, like a Me Too thing where women like express themselves. I'm seeing more men express themselves, or they'll
Yeah.
counter what women say. Well, what about us? Or what about this? Or what about that?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think men got tired.
men
Men
are,
got
yeah,
tired of being
yeah.
the silent. Yeah,
And I'm
men
gonna
got
tell
tired
you,
of being the silent partners. Go ahead.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. Believe it or not, a lot of men are getting therapy.
Yes.
I know a lot of brothers who have been on that couch and they getting it out and they coming out. And they're not like,
Yeah, it's a lot coming out. All right, not
society
just kidding.
said, I gotta take care of my family and put my feelings aside and give of myself and do all this for everybody else and I get nothing. It's different nowadays.
Hmm.
Now men are
Men are
saying,
expressing themselves more.
you know, I'm just as important.
Hmm.
It's time for me to enjoy some of these things. And I'm
Hmm.
gonna lock in with you. No, you're gonna give me just as much as I'm giving you. And it's a two-way street. It's a two-way street now. Now they're being vocal. I'm
And
expressing.
I remember when men first started that, I was not attracted to that. I'm like, get your ass off the Facebook and go cut some
See, but that's what women want us to be quiet and, like I say, the silent partner. But
Just
grass.
sit
I'm
back,
guilty of that.
bring your check to
yeah,
the house and
yeah.
drop it off.
Right. Like what why does he post a picture every day?
But
He ain't
here's
at work.
another thing too. Like I know a lot of men are getting therapy. I don't think nothing really pretty much wrong with it.
No.
But here's my thing is just that I don't even really think a lot of people need therapy that go get it. You just got to be able to go ahead and say what you. I live my life with being able to say what I want. And
Damn, Bobby, the man gotta be in therapy to date you?
Ooh, Bobby,
yeah,
Bobby,
see,
Bobby,
you asking
we're
for
gonna
trouble.
up that to 60-year-old coochie. Bobby.
She might want to come back in off this answer. Being in therapy is one of the
See?
requirements. Every man
That's
don't need
tough.
every man don't need
Everybody don't
therapy.
need therapy. That's assuming that
Yeah.
he needs healing.
yeah.
Look,
These brothers that messed up a lot of relationships and hurt people and hurt themselves, and they when they got therapy, and now they trying to get the right person to be with, so they coming out saying whatever now,
but
and they been hurt.
here's the reason why I say everybody like don't need therapy is because all you got to do is me personally, I don't need it. I could just open up and just talk about what's wrong with me. Some guys, and you know what? Everybody has childhood problems or trauma. Something didn't work right or something didn't happen right. But that's life. I'm tough. I can get it, and I'm cool with what happened and what was. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna impede me from doing what I gotta do or having a sustainable relationship. Some men probably do need that, but nah, every man, in my opinion, don't need.
And it's just assuming that he
Yeah.
has childhood traumas. Not everybody's going to have the same experience that as a lot of us. So I don't know. Yeah, clumping all guys into one. I think that's a little bit of overkill to say that every guy has to be in therapy or have some type of trauma in his past.
No, but it could be some guys can be womanizers, just throughout their youth, been out here
which we
just
mostly are.
dogging it. And
It's a womanizer culture going on right now. That's
yeah,
that homosexual too. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Can you really be a womanizer if you tell the woman the truth? That's really not. I think a womanizer is
No,
really like
no.
lying.
No. That's not a womanizer. Being
Okay.
upfront, open book, that's not being a womanizer. And I think that's probably more respected than anything if you're going to be honest and upfront with a person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not a woman. Oh, I wasn't. I'm put it like that. I say I'm not.
Many men are taking their childhood trauma off into women are just as guilty though. Yeah, many men. I don't know.
And then just think about us as a culture. I mean, we
Mhm.
all got something.
What has happened to us as a society where
Yes,
everybody needs to lay on the couch, where everybody has to have a therapist at this? I get it. A lot of people do, and some people do.
yeah,
But
Mhm.
at one point, and this is probably a good discussion. I don't know when this happened for next week or in the future, but we
Mhm.
used to be a culture of not suck it up, just suck it up and get through it. But we also used to be a culture of being able to handle our problems better than what we are
yeah,
now. We used to be able to compartmentalize our lives better than what we can do now. You know what I'm saying? For some reason,
Mhm.
like we just done lost our minds now. It's
And
people,
everything seems to be labeled as traumas or triggers.
yeah.
I don't get that part of it either.
yeah.
Like
I
some
just
shit happens. Life isn't easy. I had to teach my daughter that the things are going to happen. And
yeah,
uh,
yeah. Things are gonna happen. It is, and I think it now as you get older. I know for myself as I got older and got my understanding of spirituality. The conversation with God and just letting that lead. And never will I be perfect, and understanding that and accepting that, and then just moving forward. I mean, we none of us are going to be perfect, but when we have issues or trauma or whatever you want to call it, any problem,
mhm.
how do you get through it and understanding the necessary skills to get through those issues, being able to voice your opinion, being able to talk, being able to walk away for that matter. We got to use those things, but it starts. I think when men get into their spirituality, they can see a little bit more clear.
Excuse
Because
me.
it's peer pressure amongst us. It's peer pressure amongst us. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You ain't the coolest
Oh,
dude if you ain't got 4 or 5 women. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's still peer pressure like we kids in high school. It's peer pressure amongst 50-year-old men still going in that route. Like, yeah, cuz I got to have 5 chicks at once. You know what I mean?
And in most cases, that's a man. Really, he ain't even doing it for himself. He's doing it to
That's right.
prove something to you.
That's
He's
right.
trying to impress another man. He ain't even
Yeah, peer
because
pressure.
it get to a certain point in a man's life. I know this as far as for me. I don't want to generalize, but you get to the point in your life where you didn't had like I didn't had a lot, even if it's the same with the same person or with multiple women. There's nothing. It's not. You're not doing nothing impressive to anybody at this point.
Right.
It's more or less you
Mhm.
try.
Right.
You
Yeah,
think that you're impressing other people, but you're really not.
you really not. You really not. And it's just you know, men got to be men. You know what I'm saying? Put those good people, keep that good energy around you, reciprocate the love, just like you were saying, Amy. That whole thing embodies a perfect situation.
Mhm. Mhm.
If you can get that, and you can get to that level where you got that person that can understand that,
And also,
good.
I think to this Amy and D that a lot of the stuff that not going back on the therapy type of situation, but I'm being straight up how I feel about it. Things that impede people's minds or the trauma. I think a lot of the stuff that people go to the therapy for are embodied demons in them. And you can sit down and people, because demons torture people, demons inflict,
Yeah,
you might have a craving for sex or cigarettes and beer. Those are demons. That's a demon controlling that you allow in your spirit to do. You can't exercise that by going to a therapist.
no,
It's the word of God or your spirituality that will take that out. You know what I'm saying? But you can talk about these things, but you have to have a connection to a higher power that can cure these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can talk to regular man all you want, but the Bible let us know, or the Quran in your case, as far as what you lets you know that it's the higher power that heals or that get these things out the way. So I don't mind talking to somebody if I have a problem, but me talking to them is not what's going to really heal that. You know what I'm saying? Because you can only heal the spirit by the spirit. You know what I'm saying? So me talking to just a regular person that don't know me ain't gonna really do too much for me. I mean, I gotta have that higher power that's gonna seal that wound and exercise that demon. You know what I mean? So, and there's nothing wrong with people that go do it, because a lot of people need to talk to it. And I'm not downplaying that, but that's not the end all be all, because a lot of people go to therapy and they go to therapy for 5-6 years and they still dealing with the same problem. Yeah, that means you ain't getting no restoration. You know what I mean? If you're going through the same thing for 6, 8 years, 10 years about the same, you sitting on the couch for the same thing for 10 years, that means it ain't working.
Yeah.
You know
what I'm saying? The thing about therapy is it will give you the tools that you need to navigate in certain situations and traumas. And sometimes sitting on the couch with someone where you're able to open up without judgment, where nobody's interrupting you and different things like that, kind of lets you, because I've been in therapy and I've touched on things that I didn't even think were important.
Right.
You know?
But I'm saying you can't be in therapy.
I didn't even know how to correlate, this and that to make
how
it
long
make
sense. How long you think you should be in therapy though? Because I'm not saying not go to therapy and it doesn't say it works. I know it does help. I know it do. But does it help to be in therapy for 20 years? You know what I'm saying? No. There's some people that do that though. You know what I mean?
Well, there's different types of therapy. There's life coaches, mentorship. Sometimes your therapist can become life coaches, where now we've dealt with the trauma. Now we're going to push forward.
Okay.
And then now we're going to just touch base. Another loss could happen where you feel like you need to talk about it, where you may want to revisit that therapist again. So I think each case is different, and
I don't want to be ignorant. Yeah, I don't want to be ignorant or step on toes or offend anybody. But
and not everybody who goes to therapy has had to deal with trauma. It's not always trauma based.
Right.
Sometimes it's just not knowing how to navigate through this thing we call life, because tools weren't given by our parents to make good decisions. I could say that in my case. Like, even though my mom was a nurse and working and did the best she could, I just don't feel like I was given the tools that I needed to express myself the way I needed to, rationalize things the way that I should. So I think that's what therapy kind of helped me with, and being able to forgive people.
Right. Yeah. You're right with that.
Yeah, certain situations. So therapy helped me in that way.
I think I'm just coming from maybe too much of a machismo type of thought pattern. I don't want to sound ignorant or offend anybody that does it. And I get it, and I understand why people do it. Don't get me wrong. I just, I think a lot of times for what people do go to therapy for, it's going to take more than just going to go talk to somebody. You have to have a higher being that can take care of these wounds and talking about it.
That's right.
That's what I'm just saying. I don't.
But unfortunately, but you know what though, Sante, some people are mad at God. Okay. They say why, they have that why me mentality.
Yeah.
Instead of why not me. So a lot of people don't reach out in the spiritual realm because they're feeling like, if God was by my side this whole time, why did he let this happen to me? Why was I molested by my uncle? Why me? Right. So they don't they don't seek refuge in God, because they feel like, if God was with me all along, can he let that happen?
But
another
thing I'm kind of learning, and I've been hearing this, in my study every morning. God, things happen because God is working out something in the individual. whether good or bad. You don't realize the things that you go through is preparing you for something that you're getting ready to face, or you get ready to do for somebody else. A lot of times we be like, man, this is just wrong, and this is why me, and I think I'll do everything right and everything. No, God is preparing you for something else. Somebody violates you or mistreats you or whatever. It's preparation for something.
That sounds good, but it doesn't make sense to the individual that's
Yeah,
hurt,
yeah,
and that is hurting.
yeah,
So
that is, but in actuality, they may not see it at that moment, but when you live a little bit longer, it's something in that mess that he's going to use you for. And then you're going to revert back to the situation and be like, that happened to me. It was so bad. It was so
mhm,
bad. But here come Charlene, who got it 10 times worse.
mhm,
And and she's gonna need your voice.
mhm,
So when God allowed things to happen, yes, it is wrong to the individual at that point in time, but so a lot
mhm,
of times it's either something for you to use for his purpose. And I think a lot of times as I look over my own life, I can't speak for anybody else. The things I've been through, gone through, going through has prepared me for something else. And I'm starting to see that more and more every day. That, oh man, I'm in certain situations, I revert back. Had I not
mhm,
went through this, I wouldn't know how to get through this. And I'm learning. I'm learning how to be patient. I'm learning how to slow it down and have that spiritual connection. Because sometimes I want to just beat somebody ass. But then I got
mhm,
to go, you know what, God, I was wrong. They ain't even thinking like that. I didn't even thinking like that. That is not going to help. And I think, that higher being, having that higher being, we got to revert to that more often in order to make it in this life. I mean, if people want marriages, good marriages and everything, you got to be connected to a higher source in order to survive that. You want a great job, you got to be connected to a higher source and understand that God provides promotion. You got to be connected to that because, every time I get paid, I thank God. I don't, yeah, the person I work for appreciates you, but ultimately, it's the God that I serve, that I talk to, that's signing my check. He put somebody else's signature on my check, and they thinking about me. They think about me. Yeah, that's their check. Make sure he get his. That's God. But when you think about this life, the things that we've been through, the relationships we've been through, the love we gave that we didn't get back, and everything, it's all preparation for something else. So,
I'm
Amy,
with that.
all that you were saying earlier is preparation for something else. And it was
else.
on point. It was on point.
Okay.
Dante, you just hit a hell of a note where you talked about it's got to be that higher being. Yeah, you can go to therapy all you want, and it's great, but you got to tap into another source
But
because
I even think that therapy, and this is going to sound so horrible, but I even think that therapy is better in a sense than the mosque or the church house.
No, forget. No, you ain't got to go there.
Yeah.
you
But
ain't
that's what
got
people hear. That's what people are hearing.
That's
That's
what
what
people
people are
think. Yeah.
hearing. Yeah, they're
Okay.
hearing go to church, read the
Because I
Bible.
don't go to church, but
Yeah.
I know D do, and I know certain people do, or they go to the mosque, whatever, the synagogue, wherever their
Mhm.
faith is lies. But
yeah,
whatever that is that you speak to, I mean, whoever's listening, and we all know that God doesn't lie into it inside of the four walls. It's in the bone and blood,
Absolutely.
in the bone, blood, and skin of you. That's where He is, and
Mhm.
so that's the temple. And
that's
so once people realize that, but here's a I don't know. I don't want to get
no. You
like
got
too
to say it, bro.
spiritual. I don't want to get
You
too
keep
spiritual,
doing
but
No,
but
because see, here's the
so
thing.
this what
Here's
I
the thing.
Go
You
ahead,
have
Dean. Then I
to.
say that.
You have to, because there's somebody that is listening to this that may play this tomorrow or a week later or a month later that's going to need
Okay,
that word.
I say how I'm gonna say it then, because I was like,
Yeah,
I just didn't want to get too
yeah, it
spiritual.
don't matter.
The only way God requires commitment. That's it. The only reason, and I'm not afraid to say this or anything. God requires commitment. Your relation. So the only reason that I am married is because my commitment to God. I love my wife. I got love for her, and I'm doing everything that I need to do and be responsible. But it's my commitment that I stood in front of Him and said, I want to do this. That's it. My commitment to my kids, you know what I'm saying, is my commitment is through the commitment that I gave to God. I committed to Him. I'm going to do this. If you're my friend and I commit to you, it's because I don't have any friends right now. So if I say I'm your friend, that means I talk to God and say, should they be my friend? I commit to them, then they really truly my friend. You know what I'm saying? So in order for any relationship, even prosperous in business or anything, requires a level of commitment. So I believe once you go ahead and give your life as a commitment with God, then all those things that were troublesome mentally and burden you down, you can get over almost with ease, because all you got to do is just commit. You know what I mean? Once you commit, it's like I've had bad habits, whatever, but once I committed, they were easy to break. You know what I'm saying? And even a lot of men, they say a lot of men are afraid of commitment. I don't think that it's afraid of commitment. I just think people in general are just afraid of it not working. You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of us are disenchanted. We're disenchanted with so many things.
Right.
From relationship to spirituality to everything. We're just disenchanted because there's been so many disappointments, and we as a people, we have gone through it. We didn't got our behinds kicked.
Yes.
So, and it's easy to become disenchanted with everything. We don't trust anything or anybody.
And as you shouldn't.
You should, yeah. Your real and first love should be God.
Mm-hmm.
Or you get,
whatever you are, whatever you believe, whatever. It's always one God. It's only one God. It's only one. I don't care whatever Pentecostal, Baptist, all them other things. I don't believe in none of that. It's the spirituality. It's the connection with God. That's it.
Because that's at the end of the day, that's what we here for. We only here split second, and it's over. All the stuff that we worrying about and sitting on couches for, in a minute, it's gonna be gone.
It's gonna be gone.
Everything that we going to go to the therapist for is gonna be like blown at a dust in the wind when we gone. What we need to worry about, honestly, is where the inside soul, where it's going. And once you really think about that, then everything else becomes trivial. Yeah. You don't really have arguments with people or have.
That's where I'm at. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because it don't mean nothing. The problems I had when I was a child, or mama didn't do this, dad didn't do that, well, that's what they got to deal with. I can't hold on to that. Or my friend did this, quote unquote, was my friend, they ain't my friend. Okay, I ain't even really mad at you, got love, but we ain't friends. Bam, keep moving. Because I'm only here. I'm gone in a minute. I'll be gone in a minute. You know what I mean? Not like tomorrow, but you know what I'm saying? We all, and once you realize your mortality and what you placed on here to do, then it becomes easier not to have therapy.
It's sad to say some people are comfortable in that seat of misery. It's just like, I can't. I have a conversation all the time with somebody, and it's like, mama wasn't there, my daddy was this, my dad, and I'm like, get over it.
Yeah.
Get over it. There's nothing you can do about that.
If you really think about it, the problems that our mothers and our fathers have had when you think about it, we're their age now. That's when they were having the problems in their late 30s and 40s, and they had us, and we was teenagers. And we realize now that they were just people.
Yeah, and they made mistakes and everything.
Because we there now.
Yeah.
We've made our mistakes. Our children are going to make their mistakes. Yeah.
But we wanted them to be so old. We wanted them to be old but they didn't know what they was doing either.
No.
Absolutely didn't. Not at all.
Hey,
We
like,
don't wear
hey,
seatbelts as kids, okay?
they was drinking and tricking and doing everything else.
And taking us around to the park, sitting in the damn back of a pickup truck where
Yeah,
57 of us.
yeah.
We didn't wear helmets with our bicycles.
Right.
Man, we ain't had no damn helmet. We was
We
riding.
was getting secondhand smoke in the car and
For
all that
real
type
though.
of stuff.
They ain't care nothing about. Don't put no seatbelt on. What no seatbelt beeping?
Some cars didn't even have seat belts in the back.
They
What?
were breaking off too. They wasn't even last.
So we were basically crash test dummies.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
And had a yeah, and when we look back at it, we
And
had
we
the
had
time
a
of our
good
lives.
time, didn't
We had
we?
the time of our lives.
We had the time of our lives when we look
You
back
saw
at it.
that slide, the picture of that slide in the hot sun that our parents was letting us ride down, just tearing up our backside. I saw that picture of that slide. I said our parents didn't love us at all.
Hey,
In that time, they was whooping ass. That's what they was doing.
hey, check this out.
Beating us with switches, and they didn't know. They did not know.
My mama and daddy used to drop me and the kid, which is D Win's I'm about to say sister. His wife is my sister. But my mom and dad used to drop us off at the pool. Like me and kid couldn't even swim. Like just drop us off and leave. We didn't know if nobody drowned or not. You know what I'm saying? Like
My grandmother used to send me to the stove to light her cigarette.
oh
You
my
know,
God.
you got on this long hallway,
But
go
we
light
made it
your
though.
cigarette on the stove, come back. I done hit it twice and handed it to her. She was, I was
Hey,
about seven.
just taking the amount of beer we drank.
Right.
Go in there, give me a cold one, boy. Hey, crack that
Lord,
beer.
how much? Yeah.
You sip it, ain't gonna do nothing to you. Kill worms.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were practicing, and we did the same thing. So
Yeah.
that's why they say you live and you learn.
Yeah.
And
We
yeah,
live
I
in
know I've made mistakes with my children, and I've apologized. But that's the big part about it is taking accountability.
yes.
You know,
That's a
and I think
strong
that's why.
word.
Yeah, I take accountability for relationships that I've been in, things that they've had to witness. I was 17 going on 18 when I had my first daughter.
Say
That's
y'all
why
need
everybody
therapy.
thinks.
That's what they, that's what your mama said.
Bobo, you're right. We need therapy.
Well, we need
But
to.
I also learned. I also, as I matured, learned from their mistakes. Like I think
Oh,
this generation,
he done came in from the
look
'70s.
who decided to
Hey,
get
look.
off the yacht.
Hey, look. I just came on to say hi, and I miss y'all. I don't want to get in trouble. They was on my ass, so I couldn't come on. I hope
But
they ain't
have you
looking
been
right now.
listening?
My sister just caught me right now. But look, I just want to say, hey, I miss y'all. Love y'all. I gotta get the hell back off here.
Okay,
All right, don't
All
play
right.
pirate now. Don't
bring
play
us some
pirate.
souvenirs.
All right, I got you. I got you.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, this is a good healthy conversation.
I'm glad we
Yeah.
can talk about these
Yeah. See, the
things.
thing
And
about
you know what I think therapy has helped us with as well? Taking that accountability.
yes,
Because
yes,
I
being
know
accountable for your
our parents, our parents, they weren't privileged to the counseling part of it. And so sometimes when we're expressing ourselves, like I could just go ahead and say, like my mom, she just shuts completely down. I don't hear it. You know, okay, I was a bad mother. And I'm like, I'm not saying that. I'm saying this is what happened. This is how I felt about it. And this is how I got over it. And she just
I don't
like
want to.
so our parents and grandparents, they like, "Shit, get over it. Because my situation was way worse.
But the,
So,
but the thing about it, I think what they didn't understand was when you had those conversations, those tough conversations with them, if they would just address it. It's not that you were going to mom and dad to make them feel y'all wrong, but hey,
right.
just
Hmm.
just take a look at this.
Hmm.
And sometimes just a simple apology will change the person moving forward because you're
Hmm.
living for them now. You're taking on the next lineage right now. And
Hmm.
you share that thing and they, I don't want to hear that, I'm a bad parent. No, I'm not saying that. Just think about this.
Hmm.
Because naturally they could be helping you prevent that from doing it for your kid. That's
Hmm.
I don't think they understood that piece.
Yeah.
Accountability. A lot of people don't like accountability. The word being accountable for your actions. That's how you grow in life. Being accountable for your actions, not nobody else's, but yours.
Hmm. Yeah.
You-
Yeah, Bobby said it's guilt they feel, so they don't want to address it, and they're not ready to address it. And I agree. And like I said, like our parents are baby boomers, pretty much. So I mean, they just come from a different era where it was kind of like do as I say, not as I do. I'm your mama and your daddy. The Bible says, honor thy mother, thy father, your days will be. Like, and so they don't want to hear. You kind of fucked me up a little bit,
yeah,
Dad.
I'm screwed up, and I'm out here acting up and doing all this wrong.
Yeah.
And then when you tell them that, well, deal with it. I know my mother.
Or you were bad. You were bad. I had to whip you all the time.
Yeah,
Well, I wasn't supervised either, Mom.
yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, that's the beauty of being a parent. When you get,
Yeah.
even when you, I mean, let's just be honest. We make mistakes without you.
Absolutely. And I had to listen to some things that my daughters had to say.
Mhm.
And it just gets to the point, where I just say, I didn't know. I didn't know. I was young. Not to give any excuses. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Um, I grew up with you pretty much, and even now, my daughters are 32 and 35. I have to say, well, you know what? I'm here. I'm always going to be here, and I'm going to take care of you now. So
yeah,
that 18-year-old cutoff, it doesn't exist with my children because maybe they did have a little bit of a late start with me being a good mom. Not to say I was a bad mom, you know what I'm saying? But just some things I didn't know. I didn't know, and I was growing up too. So
yeah,
I just had to say, I'm sorry.
For
I'm
some reason, I
sorry.
feel like the hardest part, and I know we winding up, but
Yeah.
I feel like in a lot of ways, like again speaking for myself, I feel like getting kids quote unquote to adulthood, like that transition is the hardest part. It seemed like elementary age and toddler, all that seemed very very easy to me, but
Hmm.
it's that transition from to the adulthood
Adolescence to adulthood. Yeah.
that is the hard part, it seems, because now you're trying to get them to the point where they can take care of themselves. That's the hard part, and
yes.
because that's the hard part that was with me, as far as when I was transitioning
And is it
to
even a
adulthood.
realistic expectation nowadays for an 18-year-old to be self-sufficient and wise enough to handle what's going on out there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a
And,
crazy,
and,
it's
and I
crazy.
know for me, I'm overprotective of my kids. So
Mhm.
sometimes I go off the deep end trying to tell them
Mhm.
how to do it and get around the red tape and all of that. But
Mhm.
the more and more,
We
I,
forget that we was really there,
we
right
were
there.
there. Yeah,
We
we were
was just
there.
right where they at. Really,
Yeah,
we forget that
where
part.
they at.
Mhm.
And I have
Mhm.
a hard time, and I be
Yeah.
trying to because I don't want to see them hurt. But some things they got to go through.
But you know what, D? This is the most beautiful part about me having a close relationships with my daughter, especially my oldest daughter. She's 35 now. She'll be 35 next month.
Uh-huh.
And just being close to her and witnessing her coming to her full womanhood and everything, she'll say to me, I get it. I get
Mhm.
it.
In
Yeah,
her
You
in
know,
her
like,
30s, you see what
yeah,
I'm saying?
right
She
in her
got it now.
30s, where she's like,
Yeah.
she's going through some of the things that I went through in my 20s and 30s as far as job, relationship, paying bills. She's like, damn, like, so the respect for me has grown where when they're in their teens and they're just thinking, how teenagers think all their parents are stupid. Where now she's like,
You really don't like your
yeah.
parents too much when you in your 20s. Like, I mean, you really don't. I didn't. You start kind of feeling them when you hit your 30s. Now you starting to understand because you lived a little
You
bit of
develop a
life.
respect for
You
your
lived a little
parents.
bit of life, and you
Yeah,
yeah,
see like, okay, now I get
yeah.
what they
yeah.
were saying.
Yeah, so they're getting it. Just the whole work ethic with me going to work every day, paying bills, coming home tired, cooking. They're like,
Yeah.
But
sheesh, you
just
were doing all of this? Yeah, I was.
and just imagine, all the stuff. Let's just take this for example. All the things we have been through that we know that our kids are going to go through. If they would take the time to understand and listen and follow what we're telling them, because they should understand that nothing we tell them is to hurt them.
Mhm.
If they
But they
take
have the immature mind. They have the immature mind. Their brains aren't fully developed when they just think parents just don't understand. Like, oh, that's when you. That's. I mean, don't we listen to some of our mom's music now?
yeah,
Oh yeah,
You know,
that's all I
I
want to
find
hear.
my children listening to my music now. So it's
yeah,
like you're gonna grow into my level of understanding, right?
right.
So that's the beautiful part about it, where it's just kind of like they don't understand until they get older.
Yeah,
Yeah, and the love. I mean, we love our kids, but they got to go through. They got to
And,
go
and,
through.
and you said tell them. Sometimes you just have to show them, and sometimes we have to let them fall and bump their heads too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. You're
You
absolutely
can't say the pot is hot, the pot is hot, the pot is hot. Let them touch it.
yes. That's right. Let 'em touch it. And I
Yeah.
tell them all the time, get it
Mhm.
together, get it
Yeah, I
together.
told you. I told you it was hot, but you didn't want to listen to them. Now you know for yourself. Yeah, this was a good
it
conversation. But
was.
for the guys out there who's struggling, I don't know what to say.
Hey, help is on the way.
Help is
Help is
on
on the
the
way.
way.
Help is on the way. But yeah, the guys are struggling. As I guess,
So if
Hey,
anybody's watching and they know of any resources, as far as job placement, housing, because I don't want all men to think that they have to move in with a woman, into her apartment. But if there's like resources for young men to get the help or to boost up, just put it in the comments so that
yeah,
it can be seen. Yeah. And if there's anybody out there that's reaching out to young men, whether they're coming home from jail or prison or just ready to get out of their mama's basements and want to get, into their own efficiency or low income apartment, let's try to help them with that so they don't
that's
have to be out there in the streets or under a bridge, as someone said earlier.
yeah, for sure.
yeah, that's for sure. And the other thing that we kind of touched on, which was pride. Just
Hmm.
understand that pride is the enemy. Pride
Hmm.
is the thing that want to prevent you from getting to what God got for you.
Foolish pride. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
stop allowing pride in your way. Pride is such a nasty, a bad thing. I'm
Hmm.
pride. I ain't never doing this, and I ain't gonna ask nobody for nothing. We all here to help somebody.
Hmm.
So move your pride, receive the help, and move forward.
And
Just
for the yeah, and for the brothers that are in position to help or to mentor or to give good, wise counsel, do that. Whether
mm,
it's in the barber shop, at the basketball court, or sporting events, or whatever, wherever y'all be at the bar. If you see a brother going in the wrong direction or talking foolishly, pull him to the side and have a conversation with him. Yeah, to bear him in the right direction.
because you might be that voice to move him in the right. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, hey, I don't know about y'all, but God works in mysterious ways. You'll be surprised who run up on you and tell you something.
Hmm.
Just better be listening. Some things you take, some things you'll know when it's the right thing because it'll speak right into your situation.
Yep. And I say that to my daughters all the time. Do what feels good to your soul. They hear me say that all the time. And,
Do what
and when you hear that, that's God.
Right.
that's God. It's gonna work out. So,
And
the resources out there, I
mhm.
mean, there
I
are,
don't want to keep saying out there. We're gonna have to start listing them
yeah,
and making them visible. Because we saw the help is out there. Where?
Yeah.
yeah, we gotta find them.
Yeah.
I mean, We gotta find them because they don't list them. It's not on Facebook.
They hard to find. They hard to find.
They
And
hard to find.
you used to can kind of get help, you know what I mean, like quote unquote from the church, but you really can't get that anymore because churches are struggling too. So it's a lot, but it's help. It's help. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if churches are struggling. That was a conversation we were going to get into and invite some people
Yeah.
on.
I guess I was being diplomatic right there in the
Hey, I
show.
think
Churches are struggling.
Say slow down. Hey, Coco Motor, that's my girl. Hey, Coco, we got to get you on here now.
yeah. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
What she say? A proud man is always looking down on things and people, and of course, as long as you are looking down, you cannot see something that is above you. Good
Okay,
point, Coco. Hey. That's my girl right there, Coco.
Yes.
But man, we had a good show. Is there anything coming? I know we got the dream. We gonna wrap up. We know we got the Dream Cruise weekend coming up. I know a lot of people gonna be out there partying and being hopefully being safe. Go ahead. What you about to say?
I did see tonight we're having a bike night at Valley Wings Pontiac for pull up 1899 Perry Street. They're having bike night. Yeah, so if y'all out bored, stop by, get you some wings, and
What night is that?
That's tonight. That's tonight. They're having bike night at Valley Wings in Pontiac.
Okay.
Nice.
So I wanted to put that out. Yeah. And then, of course, like you said, the Dream Cruises come up. But before we sign out, I want to keep my promise. I wanted to shout out a business. I thought, let me see, that she would get on, but it doesn't look like she signed in or saw my message. There's a local business in Pontiac called A-List Box Bundles. It's owned and operated by LaWanda Fed. I have patronized her several times. She's a couponer, and basically she puts together household products. She gives a hell of a deal. I don't know if I can show y'all, but I have bought myself numerous bundles. So I have a haul, and with the economy right now, it has just really helped. I don't know if y'all can see behind me.
Oh God.
Oh yeah. Hey, I need some detergent. I need a little fabric sauce. Okay, I know where to go. I know where to go.
I get paper towels and toilet paper from her. I got a whole closet here. Look, I got Dove.
You got soap, shampoo. Woo.
Yeah.
Hey, this some kind of talk show where you getting some resources.
So the bundles, I usually purchase them from her. She goes on and she puts her bundles up for sale. All you have to do is cash app her and pick it up. And I do believe, like in this economy, it's a good thing. I have bundles and bundles of products. So usually when I have visitors come over to my house, I always offer, before they're leaving out, I'm like, here, take you some things.
Okay.
So Wanda, if you're wondering why Amy keep pulling up on you, it's because I actually give the products away to my daughters and people who come over to visit. And I also have patients sometimes. I also have.
Right, you just told everybody where you at. Yeah, where you going? No, we gotta go get those house supplies you got.
You gotta go ahead and get
you don't have to break in. You can come and get you some products. If you need laundry detergent, bathroom cleaner, or whatever, you can actually call me and I'll bag up some for you. Don't break it to my shit because I would hate for you to get unalive. But I do package them up sometimes for my patients, like the toiletry items, along with, because a lot of times they come in and their clothes are cut and bloody or whatever. So we have a long closet. If you guys want to reach out to me and donate some clothes, I can actually give them to discharge patient. I wash them up and give them to discharge patients. Yes, Nakia. Discharge patient. So any clothing you want to donate, you can get in touch with me. And I normally just put them in the long closet at the hospital, along with some toiletry items and stuff like that. So yeah. But yeah, we want to support LaWanda Fed. Even if you buy a bundle for your own personal needs, that's cool too. But look her up. She does a Tuesday raffle where you can cash out $3 and you have a chance to actually win a bundle. And yeah, I think it's great. I think it's dope what she's doing. She actually is an expert at couponing. She buys all these products and then resells them at a lower price.
Got you. That sounds
Love
good.
it.
D, you got anything popping coming up this week?
I'm coming to the yak.
Coming to the yak.
All right.
I'm coming to the yak.
You coming for Dream
Hey,
Cruise?
we might as well be out there for Dream Cruise.
Might as well.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
should go live right outside.
We gotta get together,
We got
all
to.
come together and do a podcast one
We
night.
got to. We do.
We
We
got
do.
to, yeah.
Saturday.
I'm supposed to have a date on Saturday, but I don't even know
Oh,
if
okay.
Bill's gonna want to date me now after having all this
Okay.
conversation about the one who got away. And all this. I'll see you Saturday at 5 o'clock for
Right.
dinner. I'm single.
Right. He on there like, hey, okay,
Don't
don't
listen
talk
to
too much.
them.
Right.
Right.
Talking too.
No, not much. I mean, coming to the crib. Coming to
All
the
right.
crib. Check out the crib. Look at some cars. Just hang out. It's actually my Q-versary Saturday. So,
Okay.
No.
me and my line brothers, we're going to kick it and go from there. But
Okay.
Line Brothers. Ooh, it's still summer. Send me
watch
somebody.
out now.
She just did the shimmy. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Yeah. You got to watch out now.
I'm talking crazy. Okay.
But yeah, it's going down. It's going down this weekend. So I'm going to celebrate that. 19 years.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Dang, 19 years, D, huh?
19 years in the fold. So beautiful
Yeah.
thing, though. Beautiful thing. Thank God for allowing me to be a part of this. So it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
To go to some meetings and be around thousands of black males, positive black males, impacting our community all over the world. It's like,
Yeah, give me their numbers. Not for me. Not for me, because we may have to talk about resources.
yeah, I'll make sure you get their numbers so you can talk about resources.
An impact.
Resources.
Right. You better watch out for my brothers,
Right.
my single
I
brothers.
don't know. They gotta watch out for me.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, man.
Look, and Bobby too. She might not give them none, and they need to be in
Right.
therapy.
Right.
But she looked it too.
Bobby, they had already been through therapy. They already they've been through
Yeah,
therapy.
Bobby, me and you ought to hook up.
Hey, look.
I know.
Amy, you
I
gonna
know.
lose your date for Saturday. You better
Yeah, he might cancel on me. But
Yeah, you talking real like, oh, you want a Q dog.
no, this is what a single woman. This is what a single uncommitted woman sounds like. Okay, I am single until I am no longer single. That's how a 52-year-old single, eligible, qualified woman operates.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
No
So-
homosexuals.
I think my single brothers heard that.
Homosexual, stay in your lane. And when I meet up with the Qs, we're gonna talk about some resources for you.
Oh, Andy, you just stepped in it. You in trouble now.
Oh my
You
God.
gonna get some inbox.
That probably ain't probably gonna be no date now. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh no, he probably cut me off. We probably have to go Dutch,
Right.
and I'm okay with that too.
You over there eating popsicles. Kids too. One of them margarita popsicles.
Right.
I know they were good too.
Well,
I
D,
snuck them into a concert and had a ball.
Right. Hey, for real, this was an awesome show. We
yeah.
touched
Yeah,
multiple things: spirituality, relationships, resources,
Yeah.
love. You name it. And that's the beauty of this show.
And I'm glad people get something out of it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man.
yeah.
Like, and I feel better after I actually do it. You know what I'm saying?
Me
Like,
too.
so even if you're tired or whatever the case may be, you're getting off from work or however your day been, I have fun. I look forward to doing it. So I'm glad that we doing it.
Yes.
And yeah, man, like I ain't really got much going on this weekend. Like I told Amy, I don't do much, but I may be doing something for the Dream Cruise as far as some photos of stuff that I gotta go do. But other than that, that's gonna be in the morning portion of Saturday,
Oh, okay.
and then more than likely, and then I heard that we supposed to get some rain though. So
Oh boy.
Saturday?
yeah, we supposed to get some
I
rain
think I
starting
did see
Friday.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did see rain for Saturday.
Oh,
Yeah.
But you know they ain't gonna stop the party though. That might
I
even
know,
make it
yeah,
better. To tell you the truth.
that's not gonna stop the dream.
So yeah, I mean, other than that, you know, I just, you know, I had a good one. I know we gonna continue this thing, and like we said, we got to get together all together
In one room. Yeah.
in one room, and we got to do that soon. Indeed, maybe with you being really in town.
How long are you here?
James will be here Friday. Be back Friday too, I think.
He will
I think James is gonna be back Friday. I think that's what he told me earlier today.
until Sunday. Until Sunday.
Till Sunday.
Yeah.
We could do Saturday. I could do Saturday afternoon.
I'll probably be working.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll be probably working until 2 or 3. Because I got to be down like in Royal Oak, Birmingham area, and then it's gonna be hard for me to get back down this way. But I'm planning to do it early and get back, and then I'll reach out to you all, and I ain't gonna be doing nothing. I'm telling the truth. I'm gonna be probably sitting off Woodward, and that's where the podcast studio is actually. Anyway, it's on Woodward. It basically St. George's.
I'll be sitting right out front.
That's right where I'm at.
Spot for us to just collect and do a podcast from the swim pool.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's. And I was thinking about, pitching a tent, like me and D was talking about, and be outside while the cruise is going on.
Yep.
But the reception is terrible.
About what time?
When I get back, I'm thinking if I can get back up there around 5.
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay.
But because I got a nice big tent. It's like a 10 by 10 tent. Like
I could probably do dinner and then come out there.
Okay, so I see. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep that tender. Okay.
All right. Yeah, we'll keep that. We'll see how that goes and flows.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, you welcome to come out,
Bobby.
Bobby. Yeah,
I'm
welcome to come out.
55-year-old guys over there.
Welcome to come
You
out.
don't have what?
Some 55-year-old guys with me.
Welcome to come out. Honestly.
Yeah, let it down.
Yeah. But yeah, people, I get. Oh, she done let her hair down. Oh.
Yeah.
What you say? I'm gonna have to look at me. I ain't gonna get no man. I talk too much crazy shit.
Never know.
I just be jabbing. But anyway.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, you just jabbed at the wrong group of guys.
No, it don't sound like the wrong group of guys to me, honey.
You're gonna be out there.
Look at Bobby talking about Wonder Grill. We about to have a whole reunion out there.
Right.
Don't matter. We out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring your Q brothers, and me and Bobby are gonna give them a little.
What you about to say?
Yeah.
Hold on. You said something that started with an L and an I, and it would say what?
Oh Lord! You better.
We'll fix their plates.
What you say?
We'll fix their plates.
You fix their plates, okay?
You fix their plate, okay?
Okay.
You better watch out. I'm trying to tell you, cause I know they gonna watch.
Hey,
You don't want nobody getting nasty with you.
Hey, Cletus. Hey, what you say, Cletus?
They're gonna watch this, and they're gonna.
She talking about the nasty. Emphasis on nasty. You ain't getting nasty, girl.
Bobby, I know
They're
my
nasty
brothers.
too. You tell them, I am on my celibacy journey. They're gonna be like,
They're gonna give us some therapy. They're
Right.
gonna give us some therapy. They're gonna give us some therapy.
they're gonna give her some therapy.
Give us some therapy.
Lord. Ooh.
Yeah, that, Bobby.
She said they'll eat you for dinner. Don't threaten me with a good time. I'm about to go, y'all, because this man.
This turned into a whole different show. This is the show that we should have this Saturday, actually.
Yes, Lord.
So, we're going to try to get that together, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in with us. Another wonderful show in the books. And with that being said, man, I'm going to say peace. Amy, peace.
Peace. James,
Be
Enjoy your cruise, yacht, whatever you island you to rent it, whatever you got going on. Enjoy it with your family.
no
Oh
doubt.
yeah.
All right,
They will say,
everybody.
"You're beautiful, girl." Nah, I'll see you Saturday. She
Right.
got my man. They're gonna check for you, your pretty self.
Bobby, you done already messed up.
And she saying tight.
Right. All right, we about to end,
You done
y'all.
messed up.
Right. Peace.